Pirate Radio Live.
Sustained effort and violence.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Do we not agree?
It can be a total goat rodeo.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Cool, neat story.
A fat, stinky kind of dude that someone thought had a radio voice.
What's wrong with my voice?
Doesn't seem like a real bad guy, but just a bit full of himself and sees himself as a huge radio personality.
Dominating the East Coast.
He looks fat and stinky.
Oh.
And is an absolute bozo.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, welcome in to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios. Coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are on 1250. 9:30, you can find us online, pr927fm.com. And watch the program on Facebook Live and on YouTube. We've got a few in-studio guests, some phone guests coming up on the show as well, so you can watch along the festivities. If you like Pirate Radio on Facebook, you can watch the show there. You can chime in with your questions, comments, concerns, and also on YouTube. We'll be monitoring that chat as well. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube and see all of our great video goodies, including this show, The Brian Bailey Show, our ECU postgame, and everything else that we have available there for you on YouTube. So it's all there for you. Check us out on this Tuesday. All right, we've got Shirley Rhodes back. Softball Shirley has returned. The prodigal daughter has returned.
What's
Hello,
up?
Shirley.
What's up? How
Welcome
you doing?
back. Good to see you.
Good to be back.
I know Chandler is glad to have you back. Hello, Chandler.
You damn right, brother.
Did a great job.
How did things go there, Chandler?
No, it went good.
It went
I was gonna
fine,
say.
but Chandler,
my phone didn't ring, so I figured everything was fine.
Chandler always talks about how it does give him anxiety when you throw him on the audio board.
Oh, okay.
But he got it done. I thought he did a great job.
I got the job done. But yeah, like Clip said, it does run some anxiety blood through my veins.
Okay.
And CJ gives a confused look at that, as did I. Content junkie Schaefer, CJ Schaefer, joining us. Self-proclaimed, by the way. Nobody gave him that nickname.
Okay.
That was given to himself by himself.
Okay.
But we're going to roll with it. It's fine.
Not a problem.
The content junkie working on some content back there.
So from now on, I need to refer to him as content junkie when I am addressing him?
If you'd like. Especially,
just junkie?
Especially when he screws up. We're going to use that name.
Hey, junkie.
Can you zoom in, see what he's working on over there? I wish we had a camera. And I want to see all his tabs across the top to see if he's looking at anything he shouldn't be.
He's working on some sort of graphic. I know that.
Those are my favorite, when somebody posts like a screenshot of something and it's got a tab that's not supposed to be up there. See if CJ's got any of those over there. All right, so that's the crew here. Joining us on the program today. Looking forward to catching up with a former Pirate lefty. He has now been in the Cardinals organization for nigh upon 4 or 5 years. Evan Krasinski will join us. He is heading to Florida for spring training coming up very soon. He is also a diehard Packers fan, so we'll get his take on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. But we'll talk to Kruz. He's been a part of some great ECU teams. Also, that weird 2017 year where everything that could go wrong went wrong, including Kruz getting hurt along with a lot of his teammates. So he'll talk about facing some adversity in baseball, and he'll have a message for the Pirate fans after the 0-3 start to the season for East Carolina. We'll talk to Kruz coming up in about 20 minutes or so. At 4 o'clock, Courtney Layton will join us. Courtney is a former ECU softball player. If you've been to games over at Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, the softball fields, baseball fields, you've probably seen her at Minji's Coliseum. When her time was ending at East Carolina, she was doing a lot of video. She was doing some content junkie type stuff like CJ. She is now with WNCT, working on the digital side of things there. So we'll talk about her career, her Pirate career, and also what she's doing now covering ECU athletics, among other things. So she'll join us coming up at 4 o'clock. Kim McNeill, head coach of the ECU women's basketball team. They're playing pretty good. They've won 3 out of 4. Maybe getting hot at the right time. They'll be in action for 2 home games this week, Thursday and Sunday. So we'll talk to Kim McNeill about the recent success and about the games coming up this week, as she will join us on the Pirate Radio Live line at around 4:25. Also in hour number 2, the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, will get you ready for tonight's college basketball action, as we got some pretty good games going on tonight. East Carolina returning to the hardwood on Wednesday night when they go for the regular season sweep against USF. So we'll talk some college hoops with the big man in hour 2. Stephen Igoe hoists the colors. We'll talk all things ECU coming up in hour number 3 of the show. And in hour number 3, we'll fire up the old ESPN Plus and check out some Pirate baseball, because ECU back in action today. I thought we had good conversations with the players on Monday, and they all kind of said that not what they wanted, but they are looking ahead and trying to get this thing on track here early in the season. And a win today would be just what the doctor ordered ahead of the North Carolina series coming up this weekend. It'll be ECU at Campbell. Campbell began play with a home series against Appalachian State. Blew out App State in the opener on Friday, 9-0. They're looking good. Things are going fine. And then they dropped 2 in a row. They lose 5-1 on Saturday, 5-4 on Sunday. So Campbell coming into this game with a 2-game losing streak. East Carolina, a 3-game losing streak. Something's got to give when the Pirates take on the Camels, the Fighting Haymeyers there in Bowie's Creek. We learned yesterday on the Brian Bailey Show, when he talked to Austin Knight, that Carter Spivey, he said, will likely get the start today and be under a pitch count. Looks like it's going to be one of those bullpen games for East Carolina, although he said if Carter Spivey is cruising, they're not going to rush to take him out. So we'll probably see Spivey on the mound to start with. Maybe he goes a couple innings, and then from there, it's all hands on deck. For East Carolina, they just got to hope the offense gets going, the bats get going, and maybe Chandler today will be the day that we see that.
Yeah, hopefully so. The Pirates are in Bowie's Creek. Scott Rogers, the new ECU baseball play-by-play announcer, who we'll talk to tomorrow on the show. They're getting some batting practice in. So yeah, ECU looking to get their first win of the season after a tough weekend against Bryant, and then it's going to be even tougher this weekend against the Tar Heels. So let's see what Carter Spivey is, like you said, most likely the start on the bump today for the Pirates. So hopefully Pirates can get it done today and roll into this weekend with a W on the road in Bowie's Creek.
I'm predicting some runs today. I think the Pirates can put up some runs today.
I hope so.
7, 8. Nice little 8-3 win in Bowie's Creek. Make people feel a little bit better about what's happening with the season.
Pirates with 10 total runs over the weekend.
Yeah, we did the math. It didn't take us long yesterday to figure that out when we were talking with Mike Mullis, who we'll talk to later on in the year. I know he's super happy about Aaron Rodgers posting on social media.
Oh, yeah.
Coming off his cleanse.
Yeah, can't wait. That was so strange, and we'll talk to Mully about that sometime. And I'm sure you'll touch on it with Kruz, too. So.
Yeah, Kruz, big-time Packers fan, will join us in about 15 minutes or so. All right, so baseball today, we'll keep an eye on that in hour 3 of our show. Also make you a winner, open up the booty bag. We gave away a Domino's pizza, by the way, yesterday, Shirley. So get that booty bag ready and warmed up for this afternoon.
Okay.
All right. Done.
What is today? Tuesday. Oh, I should know
it
this.
Is Tuesday.
Are you having a bad case of the Tuesday?
22.
It is. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, I'm off a day.
Are you feeling Are you feeling weird today?
Well,
are the aliens coming?
Taco Tuesday that much more important.
Huge Taco Tuesday. Oh, is that a spoiler alert for our giveaway?
Possibly.
Yeah. I'm starting to piece things together here, maybe. All right, so 2/22/22. How are you celebrating, Chandler?
I don't know. Maybe with some tacos.
Maybe a deuce tonight? Are those still a thing? 22 ounce? Now we're looking at me funny.
What is the deuce?
Like a 22 ounce alcoholic beverage? I don't know if that's still a thing.
Oh, is it called like a 40?
No, that would be a 40 ounce.
I can't.
It's called a deuce because it's 22 ounces. A 40.
I go 22 ounces when you can go 40.
Yeah, well, it's a price differential. Just you maybe don't want that much.
I mean, you go with a 40 if you have to pour one out for your homies,
That's
and then
true.
you finish off the remaining 22 ounces.
The deuce, not enough to pour out if a homie passes away.
No.
Yeah.
So, can you still buy a deuce in a store? I don't know. Maybe that's a thing of the past.
Deuce.
Maybe one of those tall cans might be deuces.
Yeah, not sure. Hit us up if you know the answer to that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to hoops. Before we do that, let's see what our Steve wonders if sometimes Chandler says these things on purpose. I don't think so. I think the great thing about Chandler is
with Chandler, it's
I am who I am.
he's very genuine. Like if he thinks something, he says it.
but sometimes he thinks it, or he says it before he thinks it.
Exactly.
And then we have to filter out exactly what it is.
You guys are my
No. We
filter.
have to decipher what it is that you're trying to say.
Well,
to
that's
us.
fine because we always teach. We want to teach at least one thing to somebody every day, and we learned you something today.
You learn something new every day, and occasionally
Well, see,
Chandler
I
teaches
knew
us
that.
something new.
Like you just said, I did not think before I spoke.
I'll tell you what Chandler can do, and I hope he does right now, is give me a manual edition of the CBS March Madness theme. Let's get into bracketology. ECU South Florida Wednesday night Minges Coliseum. Right now I have both South Florida and ECU out of my field of 68.
Wow.
I'm going to say this is a loser leaves town match Wednesday night. The loser will not make the tournament as an at-large.
What?
I'm going to say the winner will not make it as an at-large. Just not enough time left. Not enough time left on the clock. If East Carolina would have knocked off UCF, the guy doesn't hit the three, would have knocked off Temple if Damian Dunn didn't hit the three. What are the other close losses, Chandler? Would have not got beat by 72 against Houston.
Cincinnati.
Lost that one.
Cincinnati at home.
At home on a last-second little floater there.
After the Pirates took a lead.
That's true. Vance Jackson free throw.
Yep.
And then lost it on an offensive rebound.
Couldn't get a rebound.
If they'd have won all those, if they'd have held on to second-half leads against Oklahoma, which I don't know if they had a second-half lead, but they were right there in that game, and Davidson. And Liberty.
What about UCF at home?
Yeah, we'll
The
count
collapse?
count that. If they'd have won all those games, they could be on my bubble. But unfortunately, they are not. But what they can do is finish out the season strong with a win over South Florida Wednesday, a win over Tulsa Saturday.
And then 4 straight wins in the conference tournament.
Well, before we get there, we got Wichita State.
Yo.
Do you want to lose or win that game? Do you want to be hungry? What if they are riding a 3-game winning streak there at the Dickies Arena?
I think that's good momentum.
Let's go
Going
ahead
into Dickies.
Let's go ahead and win them. And we'll get into our best pair of Dickies. We should do a watch along for the tournament just in all Dickies wear. Is that what that is what Dickies Arena is named after? I'm assuming.
Pants, the breeches, the drawers.
Yeah, I'm sure they have like jackets and
the
stuff.
who now?
The drawers.
The drawers.
The drawers.
Yeah, okay.
I love a good pair of denim boxer shorts. But nothing's more comfortable than that. I say we get our best Dickies, Chandler, and root on the Pirates. I'm hoping East Carolina finishes.
Is that free advertisement?
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should try to get that deal. Hey, you're a sales guy, right?
Yeah.
Get Dickies on the phone.
Hey, is this Dickies?
We want to talk to Dickie. We don't want to talk to some.
Yeah, we're looking for Dickies.
Yeah.
Dickies here.
We don't want to talk to the vice president or the sergeant at arms.
I think we should go back to the jerseys. I had a guy come up to me at Clark LeClaire over the weekend and tell me that he really enjoyed our watch-alongs, especially when we wear the basketball jerseys.
They like the eye candy, I guess. It's sex sells, they say. So they want to see us.
Sex sells.
He said, do you talk to somebody? They specifically said they like us in the jerseys, right?
Yes.
We're like a piece of meat. We're like some Hooters
They
girls
want
in
it.
here.
They're licking their chops for it.
Y'all are disgusting. We can't just be two guys watching a basketball game. No,
We have to have half of our body showing.
We have to show our entire arms,
Disgusting human being.
necks, upper chesticles.
But you know what? We'll do it for you if that's what you want.
If that's what you want, that's what we'll do. So maybe we'll have to break out the jerseys again. I want East Carolina to get into the 7 or 10 spot because that would be like a 3:30ish start time on a Thursday for the AAC tournament. If they land in that 8-9, they will play at 1 o'clock. So I guess what we'd do in that case, Chandler, is just do a watch along
Into the show
at 1 o'clock, and it would end about the time PRL tips off.
That would make sense.
Yeah. So either way, we'll be with you coming up for the AAC tournament. Another watch along. Hopefully, we can get a win. Tournaments are. I'll compile like the overall East Carolina basketball conference tournament record. It is not good, but man, when they win one, it is so much fun.
It is fun.
Survive in advance. You start to get that feeling a little bit, and then when they win two, watch out. That's when things get a little crazy.
You were talking about that Brock Young, Darius Morrow run.
They
like
beat Southern Miss, the 1 seed. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, we need to go on just a little run. Just a little run. I'm not asking for much. Win a game and then be in the game in the second half of game 2. That's all I'm asking for this year. Can we do that?
Sure.
Do we not agree? Let's do it.
Do we not agree?
Coming up tonight.
Do we not agree?
In college basketball. A couple games to keep an eye on. One in the Big East. UConn will host Villanova, 8 o'clock on FS1. Interesting night in the SEC. We'll break these down with Nadu, but you've got some road favorites. Tennessee is a big favorite against Missouri on the road. Arkansas, a 1-point favorite against Florida on the road. And then Alabama is a road favorite against Vanderbilt. At least one of those teams will lose tonight as a road favorite. If I knew which one, I could make some money, but I don't know which one. Also tonight, top 25 action, Oklahoma at Texas Tech, Kansas State at Kansas, Michigan State is at Iowa. The Bonnies are red hot, folks. Joe Lunardi on his bracketology, not as official as bracketology, has St. Bonaventure on his next 4 outline. So they have won 5 straight. They play tonight against Rhodey. What former Pirate is a guard for the Rhode Island Rams?
Is it Shepard?
Jeremy Shepard is still playing basketball. Saw him earlier this year. He plays for the Rhode Island Rams. They'll take on St. Bonaventure tonight. Looking at Joe Lunardi's bracketology, Chandler, the team you need to become a very rich man to win the ACC tournament, Miami. He's got them as one of his last 4 buys. North Carolina is also in that category. How about Memphis is on his last 4 in category? They love some Memphis. And they got SMU on the first 4 out category with another East Carolina opponent this year, Oklahoma. So I love this time of year. And I especially love the conference tournament, so much on the line, the upsets before we get into the real deal, the March Madness. But
into the real dance.
A lot of fun basketball to watch tonight. Also, it's a very good distraction from Major League Baseball and all their squabbles, and now we're starting to look like Freddie Freeman's not going to return to the Braves.
Oh, really?
Was that sincere?
Yeah.
That little noise you made?
I hate that. I hate that for you.
Well, thank you for thinking of me. Putting my feelings above your own, because you're a Nationals fan. You'd love to see
I just
Freeman.
lost my first baseman.
That's right. Zim is no more. So, yeah, starting to see some news on that as well. So that's what's going on tonight in college basketball. I guess the NBA will resume on Thursday, Chandler?
Yes, Hornets going to be playing. I know that for a fact. Let me see who they are going to be playing, because we need to step it up a little bit.
Hornets are not
in terms of Hornets.
They're not playing Thursday. Other teams are. The Hornets will be playing Friday, and they will be playing a team that I like to call the Raptors. The Toronto Raptors. So that's when the NBA resumes. All right, a lot of shake my hand talk. Juwan Howard has been suspended. This is 5 games like an arbitrary number? How many games does Michigan have left? Let me check. But he's been suspended the rest of the regular season, and then they'll say, all right, you can come on back after that. He hit a Washington assistant. He was fined $40,000. Greg Gard, the Wisconsin head coach, was fined $10K for violating the conference's sportsmanship policy. He was not suspended. You've also got two Michigan players and one Wisconsin player were suspended for a game for appearing to throw punches. So, hey, actually, Ellerby, we asked him what should happen to Juwan Howard, and in his humble opinion, he said, suspend him the rest of the regular season, bring him back for the tournament, and move along. That appears to be what they're going to do.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
Do you think that's fair? You think he should have been gone the rest of the season? Do you think he should not be suspended at all?
No, I think this is perfect.
Yeah, I was thinking either full year or rest of the regular season. So he'll come back. And this has led to a lot of conversation about what to do with the handshake line. Is it a thing of the past? Should it continue? Joe Dooley says it's not like this happens every night or every week or even every month. It's kind of a blip on the radar. So it sounded like Joe Dooley basically said, he did say, we're still teaching these guys sportsmanship, all that. So it should, continue on. You've seen Dick Vitale and others say, let's get rid of it. The emotions are too high. If players want to meet up, kind of do it like an NBA deal where they do the wave. If guys want to catch up after the game, they can, but don't make it a after-game ritual, the handshake line. And then you had... Tom Izzo today. Man,
he went on like a very, very strange rant. Somebody asked him about it, and it's like, a flip was switched, and he just went on and on his opinion of this handshake deal.
Tom Izzo is a guy on a plane that wants to shake your hand.
He wants to shake your hand.
I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand.
Sound like a South Park character at the end there. They took her germs. Tom Izzo said, I love the word farce. It's a great word.
Because it sounds like farts?
Yeah, probably. It's probably why I like it.
Okay.
That, to me, would be the biggest farce, joke, ridiculous nature of anything I've ever heard of, Izzo said, talking about getting rid of the handshake line. We've already taught these poor 18-year-olds that when you're told to go to class and you don't like it, you can leave. We've already told these kids if you're not happy, you can do something else. We've already told these kids that it's hard to hold them accountable. And now we're going to tell them not to man up and walk down the line to someone who's kicked your butt and have enough class to shake their hand is utterly ridiculous. So if the president said it, I think he's full of it. If the best coach in America said it, I think that gets me more than this incident, end quote. Basically, he wants to continue the handshake line. And
he wants to shake your hand.
I agree. I agree that I don't think it should be, completely gotten rid of. But maybe if there's like fights going on at the end of a game and something, you can do it case by case basis. But I think if Tom Izzo wants to shake a man's hand, he should be able to shake a man's hand.
I want to shake your hand.
He also added, not shaking hands, that's typical of our country right now. Instead of solving the problem, let's make an excuse, and let's see if we can just, instead of confronting and demanding it changes, let's eliminate it so we don't have those problems. Let's try to do that. So, I get what Izzo's saying. You're right. He did kind of go, I think he's been kind of fuming about some stuff. And,
man, I don't know, but as soon as he was asked the question, he literally went, Oh, yeah, and that.
Here's another one. Shirley, hit handshake guy again.
I want to shake his hand. I want to shake your hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake your hand.
Izzo said, so if some team doesn't want to shake hands, you're going to see 15 of my guys walk down and shake air. We're going to shake air.
Okay, Tom.
And I'm going to shake air, and then we're going to leave.
Okay, that's kind of crazy. Are you just trying to prove a point of that? Then you would look stupid.
15 guys just shaking air. Oh, man. While Tom Izzo is screaming, I want to shake his hand.
I want to shake your hand. I want to shake his hand.
Tom Izzo.
I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand.
While Juwan Howard is smacking him in the face, is saying, I want to shake your hand.
I want to shake your hand, not your face.
Juwan Howard rightfully suspended and fined. Tom Izzo says, all right, enough of this crap. This is not how it is at the end of every game. We can shake hands and be normal people. And if you don't want to shake hands and be normal people, we're going to be abnormal and we're going to shake air.
Yeah, we're going to be real men and shake air.
Either way, there's going to be a whole lot of shaking going on following Michigan State basketball games. Thanks. Shake and bake. All right, let's get a break in. I want to shake each and every listener's hand. Can we set that up one day where we just have people line up at the door?
I want to shake your hand. Thanks for listening. I want to shake his hand.
I want to shake everybody's hand.
You're a people listener, John Bertie. I want to shake your hand.
Mike says, seems like every coach in the country forever has been able to handle the handshake line. Yeah, no reason to get rid of it. We'll keep it rolling. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back when we return. Tyler chimed in probably earlier. Denim Dan, all denim. Is Denim Dan a thing? Should we go all denim for the watch along? We could still go like cut off denim jeans if people want to see your skin.
I kind of want to get into some overalls.
I like that.
How you like that? You like that?
You like that? I want to shake your hand.
I want to shake your hand.
Oh my.
Will you go one strap down, exposing one of your breasts?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
just a blue. That's just a blue overall.
Oh my.
Sorry, Shirley.
Oh my.
For some reason, we only act this way when you're around.
Yeah. Okay.
It was kind of calm while you were gone.
Steve?
Except Friday with the legendary Wes Hines.
Oh, you got to fill me in on that.
That was fun.
Steve says he's going to shake my hand tomorrow at trivia. I want to shake everybody's hand at AJ's.
Everybody, like even the people at the bar.
Yeah, but please wear a hand mask.
You go up to the people at the machine.
Wear a glove.
I want to shake your hand. I want to shake his hand.
No more open face smacking in the handshake lines, though. Let's
get rid of that. From doing that.
Let's get rid of that. All right, Evan Krasinski joins us after this timeout.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
With Domino's Carside Delivery, you can carry out any 3-topping pizza for just $7.99 without leaving your car. So you don't have to interrupt your kid's favorite song.
And we'll all be friends just for one.
You can interrupt this, actually.
Next time you carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, try Domino's Carside Delivery. Just pull up to the store, check in online, and Domino's will bring your food to you contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness is hosting its annual Live Well Half Marathon, Free 5K, and Free 1 Mile Fun Run on Saturday, March 12th at Greenville Town Commons. Whether you're a professional runner or a first-time runner, this event allows you to experience the benefits of exercise and healthy living with your Pitt County community. All courses are U.S. Track and Field certified and safe. From vendors to half-marathon finisher medals to an official award ceremony, this family-friendly event provides a fun and vibrant atmosphere. Come out and have a good time. Register today at kptonline.com.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
If you're going to put your name on something, it better be your best work.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year. And they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a 6-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Tuesday. A lot of guests to get to on today's show. We'll talk to former ECU softball player, now with WNCT Digital, Courtney Layton will join us coming up at 4 o'clock at around 4:25, Kim McNeill, ECU women's basketball coach. They're playing some good ball right now. We'll talk to her next hour. Jeff Nadu in the second hour. Stephen Igoe in hour number 3. But right now, we'll head out to the Pirate Radio Live line and talk to former Pirate great, now a member of the St. Louis Cardinals organization. He is the big lefty, Evan Krasinski, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Evan, great to catch up with you again, man. How you doing?
Good, you as well. I'm doing great. Can't complain. Last week in Wisconsin and ready to head down to Florida this weekend.
Yeah, so as the major leaguers and owners continue to squabble, I guess for you guys, it's a business as usual for minor leaguers like yourself, Evan?
I'm pulling one out of Cliff's playbook and just ignoring the noise, controlling what I can control, showing up when I need to show up, and getting ready for March 5th when minor league camp starts up.
There you go. So that's next on the docket for you heading to Florida. So what exactly transpires when you get down there to Florida, Evan?
So it's actually, it's spring training. It's a little different. Last 3 years I've been lucky enough to be a part of the Major League Baseball spring training, but minor league camp's not much different. You know, you show up and every day you're trying to get better and at the same time competing for a job. It's going to be a little different this year with, having no idea what Major League or what's going on with Major League Baseball, but at the end of the day, show up, get your work in, and, try to get better every day.
Evan, I ask you guys this question. Sometimes the answer is more difficult than others. Do you know what level, what team you'll begin the season with, or is that still up in the air right now?
Up in the air for sure. Felt a little more comfortable the last 3 years knowing where I'd be, other than the COVID year, obviously. But coming off a couple rough seasons, but I've had a full off season to kind of get back to where I need to be, and I like where I'm at right now, and feeling pretty confident headed down to spring training. And whatever happens, happens. If I get put on, GCL, high A, double A, you name it, I don't care. I'll be ready to pitch, and just happy to still be playing the game.
No doubt. Talking to Evan Krasinski joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Evan, there are a few Pirates in that Cardinals organization. I know we talked to Alec Burleson a couple months ago. Did you cross paths at all with Burley last year during your season?
Yeah, actually, when he first got called up, I didn't even know this. He texted me, but he said, "Hey, did I just walk past you in the airport?" And I was actually headed down to Florida to rehab an injury, and he was headed up to AAA. And I was able to, rehab the injury and get back and play with him for a couple weeks, maybe a month, and got to know him a lot better. Because I actually went back and got my degree when he was a freshman.
Oh, awesome!
And I was around the baseball team a lot, and I already knew how talented of a baseball player he was. But I honestly thought he got drafted as a pitcher because I knew he was a good hitter, but I knew how good of a pitcher he was. And I try to tell the guys in the bullpen when I'm sitting down there, I was like, because he's playing outfield and we got to go warm him up between innings. And I tried telling them when he's throwing off those breaking balls, I was like, I'm trying to tell you guys, he was a nasty pitcher. And they're like, you always hear that from outfielders. Oh, I used to be really good back in the day, but I don't think people realize how good of a pitcher he really was.
Yeah, talented lefty, just like yourself for the Pirates. Evan Krasinski joining us. Evan, you talked about the COVID year, the injuries, kind of the downs. There are some ups to the career as well, but how tough has the road been for you in minor league baseball with all the stuff kind of outside the diamond that's affected you and affected all these guys?
Yeah, I'm not going to say I needed it, but it's been good because the first 2 years were smooth sailing. I was climbing up the ladder pretty good. Made it to Double A, went to the Fall League, was a Fall League All-Star. And then I only went to one minor league spring training, and then the next year I was already going to big league spring training. And, things were smooth sailing, and then, 19 was pretty rough, and then COVID year happened, and then last year was pretty rough as well, and I got punched in the mouth pretty good. But, it's kind of humbled me and, made me really not respect the game because I've always respected the game, but, just enjoy playing the game more because, I can't play this game forever. I'm hoping to play it for much longer, but once you think you got this game figured out, it'll humble you real quick, and I think I needed that, and looking forward to, coming into this year with a different mindset that I have the past couple years.
Yeah, it's great that you could learn from that, and that happens to everybody at every level. And look back at your ECU career, all the success you had, and then in 2017, injuries hit, and that was a very strange year, Evan, to follow Pirate baseball. We were, high expectations, all that, kind of similar to this year, and an 0-3 start for this year's ECU baseball team. So you've seen ups, downs. I'm sure you at least saw some scores from over the weekend. The Pirates getting swept by Bryant, but 53 more games to go, brighter days ahead, and I'm sure that'd probably be your message to the guys, right? Just because you had a rough weekend, that doesn't mean the season's going to go that way, right?
Yeah, bring on all the adversity early. I think that's a big thing in college baseball. As you say, 2017 didn't go as planned. One injury after another. I break my leg. Hova gets a line drive off of his face. Hurt his thumb. Bryce broke his wrist. It was one thing after another, and we just couldn't overcome it. But I think a lot of us, even the coaches, learned from that year. And I know BG's probably taking care of business right now, but there's no need to hit a panic button. I truthfully believe that right now it doesn't look good, but Bryant's a pretty good baseball team. And I got to pitch against them in the 2016 regional at Virginia. And the guy that I was pitching against is in the big leagues right now, James Karinchak for the Indians, and that's a really good baseball team. And it's not like Friday night, sure, it wasn't a close game, but the next few games were just good baseball games. You lose a close one on Saturday with some stuff coming into play, but that's baseball for you. You're going to see something different every single time you go out and watch a baseball game. And then Sunday was just a good, hard-fought game, and there's no need to hit the panic button, especially the fans. There's no need to jump off the bandwagon yet, or ever. But especially now.
Yeah.
They're a good ball club. Me and some of the guys from my class got to go down there and watch them play this fall, and they're going to go out there and compete every game, and the more people that are in the stands, it's just going to be a benefit to them. So I'm glad that they were almost kind of punched in the face this weekend, and right back on the saddle and get ready to go tonight against Campbell and carry on to this weekend against UNC.
Yeah. Well said. Evan Krasinski joining us. Evan, you brought up that 2016 regional. Now, the further away we get from that, all we remember really is the Travis Watkins heroics and knocking off Virginia. But you guys had to go out the next day and beat William and Mary to win that regional. And then you mentioned Friday staying in that winner's bracket, knocking off Bryan. I believe they were the 2 seed. You guys were the 3. And Evan, all I remember going into that game, we didn't know a lot about Bryan, but they hit all these home runs. They set records for their offense. So I'm sure you heard that going into that Friday night start and thought, I'm pretty good too. We're pretty good too. So it probably felt good for you to quiet those big bats on that Friday.
Yeah, honestly, the best thing that happened for me was the year before getting the game-wood nod against Columbia. And I don't know if people know this, but we were in Miami, and I gave up that home run to start the game. And you can't go anywhere. You can't get any worse than that. And just getting to experience that game, I don't really remember much from it because I was so nervous to pitch in that game. But the best thing that ever happened to me was us being the 3 seed, and Bryant had the practice before us, and we showed up. And first thing we saw when we walked into their practice was them working on left-handed pickoff moves and diving back into the base. And I know that's something that Coach Rozelle had us pride ourselves on, was having good pickoff moves. And when I saw them worried about something that I had in my game, it kind of just gave me a lot of confidence into, what all I had to do was go out there and, pitch my best game. And, we were going blow for a while until we opened it up in the 7th. But yeah, no, it was, they're a good ball club, and I'm sure you'll see them in a regional this year, and they're going to be a team that's scary in a regional this year. And I think, losing 2 close games to them, that's baseball for you. It doesn't matter who laces up the cleats. Anybody can go out there and win.
Evan Krasinski joining us. Evan, trying to tie you to this year's team. It feels like Jake Kuchmaner has been here forever and pitched with you. I guess his first year was 2018, but old Cooch pitched a good one on Saturday for East Carolina. Still here getting it done. Do you remember his recruitment? Do you remember him being around at all, or did you miss out on Cooch?
Yeah, I was there like I said, when I went back and got my degree. So anytime Rozelle was gone for the weekend, I was substitute pitching coach. And what a competitor! As soon as he walked on the field as a freshman, whether it was in the gym, classroom, whatever. And I actually gave him a couple phone calls last year when he was struggling, because I know we were kind of in the same boat. I wasn't pitching too hot, and I know he was having his struggles as well. So I just had reached out to him and just trying to relax him, because sometimes that helps me when I'm struggling and I'm not relaxed, just reaching out to someone who's kind of fallen into the same, game speeding up, had some success, and all of a sudden you lost it. You kind of just try to find the old you, when in all reality you kind of just, have to put your head down and go to work and figure out what you're doing wrong. But it was great to see him go out there and throw a good game on Saturday, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him go out there and have a really good year this year.
Evan Krasinski joining us. A couple of things there, Evan. You got your degree. Also, you mentioned being the fill-in pitching coach when you were around here. So is coaching in your future once your playing days are done, or are you looking to do something off the baseball diamond?
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. I've been playing this game, for a pretty long time, and I couldn't tell you if I'm going to get back into coaching once the time's done, because I can't really tell you when I'm going to be done playing. I'm hoping to be playing for quite longer, but it's something that I really enjoy. I really enjoy, connecting to pitchers and just baseball teams, and especially at the college level when every game means so much, and more about the wins and losses and being a team than it is, going out there and, just trying to survive and make big leagues, and I love that aspect of the game of just competing and winning. So I couldn't tell you if I'm gonna, coach once I'm done playing, but it's something I'm definitely considering.
Evan Krasinski joining us. Evan, you've now run across so many coaches in your career, pitching coaches, and at the college level, when you're playing fall ball and summer ball, and now in the minors through the majors. So, how do you kind of take what everybody gives you and not have your head spinning, but turn it into a positive? You've had a lot of resources to give you tips on what to do. At the end of the day, it sounds like you just kind of rely on what you know and do what you do best. But how do you kind of piece all that together and make your game stronger because of it?
Honestly, I think that is a big reason as to why I've struggled the last 2 years, is because I wasn't very good at, just listening to myself. And I'm not saying I'm not coachable at all, but when I was struggling, I was reaching out to a lot of people, trying to, give me tips, and they all were giving me good tips. But at the end of the day, you got to have some kind of foundation internally that you can fall back onto, to where when you're going out there pitching, you're not thinking about everything that anyone's ever said to you. Because the more and more I was reaching out to people, the more and more I just kept changing everything, and there was no consistencies. And every pitching coach is great. They all have their different theories. They all have their different tips, cues, you name it. But at the end of the day, there's one thing that I wish I could go back and do, is just to go back and, just write stuff down and put stuff in a notepad and just remember the things that made me good. So when things kind of started to hit the fan for me, I at least had a better foundation on what to fall back onto, and not have as hard of a drop as I did the last 2 years. Going out there and trying to pitch and kind of having no idea what I was doing, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, that's great that you've learned that along the way. Evan Krasinski joining us. Evan, we'll talk more about your career on another date, but enough of that crap. Let's talk about the Packers. So Aaron Rodgers, I guess, so he was on Pat McAfee this afternoon explaining his social media post. I guess he's coming off a cleanse, and he wanted to appreciate and recognize some people that he's been, playing alongside, his friends, his teammates, that kind of thing. It almost sounded like a goodbye, but I don't want to read into anything. So have you seen the latest Rodgers stuff, and what's your take on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers right now?
Have I seen it? I know you're a big social media guy, and I'm in the gym this morning, and I'm watching 4 ESPN analysts talking about an Instagram post. Can you imagine waking up, putting out a Twitter post or an Instagram post, and waking up the next day and watching 4 on a national platform? I mean, come on, give me a break.
Yeah,
I can't even put out a social media post, and I'm a Packers fan. I like Aaron Rodgers because he's a Packer, and that's how. If you're in my corner, you're in my corner. And growing up a Packers fan, I like anybody on the team. And honestly, I hope he comes back. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm still gonna be a Packers fan next year. Win, loss. I mean, shoot, you're still a Redskins fan, and they haven't won in how many years?
We're not talking about that right now, Evan. Stick to the topic.
Okay, I'll stick to the Packers. But I did see it, and. I just think it's funny that the guy puts out an Instagram post, and yes, sure, maybe it looked like it was a thank you and see you later, but
yeah,
I just think it's funny that he puts out a post and we gotta watch it.
Oh yeah,
or Instagram post on national news.
Well, especially in the off season, Evan, we're gonna parse every little thing that's out there. And I knew you were a fan, but you're one of us, Evan. You're diehard to the point where we talked to you a couple years ago before the draft, and you had written out your entire Packers draft board. Unfortunately, it was the year they drafted Jordan Love, and you were pissed off just like Aaron Rodgers was. But have you started to piece together your Packers draft board for 2022?
I'm way too far out.
Okay, all right.
Once the end of March rolls around, I'll start piecing it together. And honestly, I don't know anything. I kind of just get all the information from my buddies, and they're my scouts, and then I make up my own board after all the information I get from them.
There you go. Hey, did you hook up with Ben Kurt at all? Did he get you any gear or anything?
I did not. I was happy to see him in Green Bay, but honestly, we were at ECU together, but we never really communicated much. We never talked much, and I'm not the type of guy to reach out and ask for tickets or anything, because I see that kind of that side of things in the professional sports.
Right.
Yeah, it can get overwhelming at times. But I love what he did for the community up there in Green Bay. I mean, I know he did that little passes with the public or whatever he called it, where everyone in Green Bay went out one night and he was throwing routes to people, and a lot of people showed up. So it was pretty cool to see, and I think he is enjoying his time in Wisconsin.
Well, Evan, as you mentioned, I guess I'm a Commanders fan now, whatever they're going to keep renaming the team. But, yeah, we haven't had a quarterback for most of my football watching life, so I think you're due to be without a quarterback for about 10 years, Evan.
Hey, just give me a good defense. I just need something to watch.
Evan, best of luck to you this year, man. We'll certainly be pulling for you here. We love watching you guys and updating everybody each day on the stats and everything going on in minor league baseball. So have fun down in Florida, and sounds like you're on track for a big year, Evan. So we're looking forward to watching you play and seeing your stats and all that, man.
I appreciate it. It's always fun catching up, and as my good friends Charlie Jorgen and Eric Tyler would always say, it's to Pirate Nation, it's not time to flip the water coolers yet. Just relax, and the boys will get back on track.
All right, Evan. Well said. A reference there.
Flip the water cooler.
Going years back, there was a post on Boneyard Banner that said it's about time Cliff Godwin, somebody needs to flip a water cooler.
That's what will change everything.
That should turn things around. And I notified Charlie Jorgen of that while he was playing. And so we always joke now. It's you know what? We don't joke. We say, is it time to flip the cooler? But Evan says, too early in the season to flip the cooler. Let's save that for later in the year. Right now, we're just going to go out and try to win games and leave the cooler upright and full of liquids to refresh our players. All right. Evan's great. He's the best. Great to chat with him today. Here on Pirate Radio Live, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the hour, and we'll kick off hour 2 in just a little bit with Courtney Layton. She'll join us, former ECU softball player, now with WNCT Digital. We'll talk about her career, what she's up to now. Also, Kim McNeill coming up in hour 2, as well as the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. We'll wrap up hour number 1 when we return right after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.75. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville, and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Coach Gary Overton, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner. Be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the over 53,000 followers today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, I think I found the original Flip the Cooler post.
Oh, did you?
I went back and looked at it. So this was...
See, when he said flip the cooler, you know what I thought? Do you remember the trash can incident?
Oh, that was one of the Florida
It was, I think it was South Florida.
Beating our trash cans up.
Yeah, that's what I thought he meant. I had completely forgotten about the flip the cooler thing until you kind of clarified that.
And my apologies, it was not Boneyard Bender, it was Hoist the Colors. Stephen Igoe.
Oh.
Fantastic for him.
Stephen Igloo.
Might have been an Igloo cooler. May 24th. 2018. So we're going back.
that far back?
Back in time here. From Pittman 82. My tweet was, Pittman 82 is sick of watching a 41-win team play amateur baseball. Here's his post from Hoist the Colors.
Oh, nice.
Once again, just like last year, we have no pitching, can't seem to get a hit or make a pitch when it counts. We are now going to lose 5 straight games to Houston after the beatdown they hand us tomorrow. We are soft. I'm tired of watching this carp. Isn't that a fish?
That is a fish.
I'm tired of watching this carp. When it counts, we seem to fold like a cheap suit. We have no speed. We don't hit and run, and we hit into more double plays like I've never seen. Somebody needs to flip over a water cooler in that dugout and say, "I've had it. We are not going out like this.
I've had it. We're not going to take this anymore."
So that led to a long conversation, which eventually got to Charlie Yorgan, who said, because I was asking, how does getting fired up and flipping a cooler help you see a pitch better and stuff? And Charlie said, former ECU second baseman, Clip, you just don't get it, man. Someone needs to get in there and flip that damn water cooler, especially if it's that Powerade garbage they have in there. Don't get me started on how that affects performance. On the way to Clearwater to let the team know their 41 wins were a fluke. So Charlie, his last year was 17, was on his way to Clearwater to heckle the 41-win Pirates to say every win you got this year was a fluke. Didn't count. Y'all are bums. So there you go. The water cooler has been flippeth, and a great callback by Evan Krasinski there as he joined us here on Pirate Radio Live. I'm gonna have to tweet out the reference point. I love a reference, as you know, Chandler.
Yeah, you are a reference guy, and you look at.
Was that a reference?
And
I don't know.
And you're a pointer, so you love to point out the reference.
To point things out.
I like pointing out references. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we will talk to Courtney Layton. If you're an ECU softball fan, you know who she is. If you've been to Minji's or Dowdy Ficklin Stadium or any live sporting event, you've probably seen her there in the past or the present, taking pictures and video. We will talk about her career, what she's up to today, and talk some Pirate athletics when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Hour 2 on the way after this.
In Greenville, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on, like the one who mowed your lawn that week you were sick. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on, State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer. Timothy and his team are here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer at 493-0002 and start saving today.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
We have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green, and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green, and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. We all know UCF, Cincinnati, and Houston will exit the AAC, most likely after next year. How have the Pirates fared against these three? We'll crunch the numbers next.
I'm Clip Brock.
I'm Chandler Honeycutt.
I'm Shirley Rhodes.
Join us every weekday from 3 to 6 for Pirate Radio Live.
We'll keep you up to date on everything going on with ECU athletics and make you a winner each and every day when we open up the Pirate Radio Booty Bag.
You can hear the show streaming online, on radio, and on social. Catch us weekdays on Pirate Radio Live from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
ECU, along with UCF, UC, and Houston, came into the AAC in 2014. Let's look at ECU's football record in conference play against these three. ECU is 1-7 versus UCF, 1-7 versus Cincinnati, and 0-3 versus Houston. The combined record against the departing three is 2-17 on the gridiron. Now let's take a look at basketball. ECU is 2-10 versus Houston, 3-13 versus UCF, and 2-10 versus Cincinnati, for a combined record of of 7-33. ECU should be more competitive against the likes of UTSA, North Texas, Rice, UAB, FAU, and Charlotte. There will be 4 schools in Texas and just 5 of the 14 members in the Eastern Time Zone. Come on back again next time, and we'll visit inside the booth.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. From sales to service, Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. You can shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. If you're also looking for someone to service your vehicle, they have a full service and repair facility. They do brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World, right across from Speedway at Bells Fork, and you can visit them online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton and Jim Rogers for their sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll talk to ECU women's head basketball coach Kim McNeill. She'll join us on the Pirate Radio Live line. They've won 3 out of their last 4 games and are home coming up Thursday and Sunday. The Joe Dooley's team home Wednesday, Saturday, so a lot of opportunities to see some live basketball here in Greenville coming up this week and weekend. Also, Jeff Nadu will get you ready for your Tuesday night college basketball slate later on. Right now, we will welcome on for the first time here on Pirate Radio Live, Courtney Layton, former ECU softball player, now at WNCT Channel 9 on the digital side of things. So we'll talk about the past and what she's up to now. But Courtney, thanks for joining us today. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you joining us. And like I said earlier, if you have been in Dowdy Ficklen Stadium or Minges Coliseum or any of the other stadiums, you've probably seen Courtney running around, taking pictures, doing video. And I like when you get the most out of your college experience. And you were a student athlete. Obviously, you got it done in the classroom, but also found other ways to get involved and do things. And I swear, like, I saw you everywhere at every sporting event I went to. What were you doing out there?
So when I was still a student this past semester, so in the fall, I was doing a lot of social media, so Instagram stories. That's what I did for football and basketball. So I was always on the field getting to do, like, for basketball, under the basket and getting to do the shots from that way. Football, I swear, I was running up and down the sideline trying to get any kind of touchdown or literally anything. But it was so much fun getting to be a part of that. I got to feel special, you know, and being in the stands at Dowdy or Minges is so fun on its own.
Yeah.
But getting to be on the court or the field was so cool.
You got a great shot of Brandon Suggs' game winner against Memphis.
Yep.
You also got hit with a ball.
I did.
Earlier this year, right?
I did. It was my first game.
Welcome.
First basketball game.
Yeah, welcome, right? And Courtney, you were a ECU softball player, so grew up an athlete. I guess, did you always want to be involved in sports after your time at East Carolina?
Always.
And you have kind of found yourself there. So what are you doing now with WNCT Digital? What are your duties there?
So I'm a digital content producer. So I do a lot of sports stuff. I write a lot of sports articles. And then I recently got to do the reporting kind of thing. I do a lot of Zoom calls with ECU head coaches or ECU athletics, since that's what I'm primarily involved in. But doing the articles about sports stuff is super cool. I've done like when Tom Brady retired, Ben Roethlisberger, I got to do ones like that. But being able to do Zoom calls with ECU coaches or anything ECU related is super cool. So I'll do a little call and write a little article on it, and so it's been really fun.
So where are you from? How did you make it to East Carolina? Why did you choose to go to ECU?
Well, my mom grew up in Washington, down the road. So when I was growing up, I was here a lot, and I'm from Charlotte, so 4 hours away. But when I started taking visits for softball, I came here, and there was just something about it. I just fell in love. Greenville, ECU, the people. I mean, the softball facility, if you've been, is gorgeous. I'm in love with it. It's beautiful, and I was so lucky. But I stepped on this campus, and I was like, this is where I have to be.
I've heard that thousands of times from thousands of different athletes. It's really cool to hear every time, though. So what other visits did you take, or what other schools were interested in you?
I only went to Presbyterian because I committed to ECU in 2015.
Okay.
I went to Presbyterian, and then I think 2 weeks later I came to ECU, and I was like, this is it.
You didn't want to be a blue hose?
I did not. Well, and the thing with me is I always wanted to go to a bigger school. I wanted to go to a big school. I've always been into sports, football, basketball, whatever. I wanted to have big football, and so ECU had everything. And when I got here, it was perfect. I didn't want to go anywhere else. I wasn't interested in any other school.
That's awesome. Talking to Courtney Layton today here on Pirate Radio Live, and the softball team has a new direction, a new coach in Shane Winkler. They had a winning weekend over the weekend here in Greenville, so I'm sure you're still close with some on the team. And what do you think about this softball team and Shane Winkler?
He's the best. The amount of times I've spoke to him, he's very, very nice. He seems very passionate about softball. And one of my roommates she still plays, so I get the inside all the time. And he's very, very passionate about softball, and he helps the girls. And from what I know, he's a great coach, and he's a great person.
And you're still up to date on everything going on with ECU athletics. We talked about you being at the games and everything. Rough baseball weekend, Courtney. But it can only go up, right?
Exactly. It happens. And I mean, opening weekend, and even I said with us, it being at Clark LeClaire, it's a really big deal. But I felt like Bryant came in and they said, what do we have to lose? And sometimes, it just works out in their favor. But it's the beginning of the season, It's like you said, it's only uphill from there.
And we will talk to Kim McNeill in a moment. They seem to be playing their best basketball, winners of 3 out of 4. Joe Dooley's Pirates have been in so many close games this year, and some, like we referenced the Memphis game, have gone our way. Others, Temple, Cincinnati, and most recently UCF did not. But it feels like they're close, right? Like they're close to putting something together here.
Yes, and being able to watch men's basketball, because I grew up a big Duke basketball fan, so I've always...
I wasn't going to mention that. I see your tweets every now and then.
But being involved in men's basketball my whole life, and then getting to be with ECU, where it's such a great atmosphere around men's basketball, and Coach Dooley is really, really cool. And just being there, the Memphis game, my palms were sweating. Being on the sideline, oh my gosh. And then...
Is that like you're an athlete or a fan or both? Like what? Like you want to be out there in the middle of everything?
I want to help, but it's just so frustrating because I can't.
Yeah.
But even Tulane, like long time ago when we went into overtime.
Tristan took over.
Yep. I think we won. God, we might have won by 8 in overtime, but geez, they love to try your nerves. But when they win, it's great. It's so fun.
And you're right. It's a lot of fun to be there, and you're right there in the mix. So that's really cool. Also, you're a Caniac too, right?
Oh, huge Caniac.
Yeah. So a Canes fan. They got a win yesterday afternoon. Good to see. So Courtney, what do you want to do as far as expanding what you do at WNCT Channel 9? What are your ultimate goals there?
So
as far as what you do?
With reporting, like, most recently getting involved with that and web reporting, I really, really want to go work. We were just talking about it. I'd love to go work for the Canes and do something like that. The Canes or the Panthers in Charlotte. And that's the other thing about why I'll never leave North Carolina. All my sports teams are here. I could never leave, So working for the Canes or the Panthers is the ultimate goal.
Cool.
And just getting to do that kind of thing, talk sports for the rest of my life, I would be very content with that.
So, when's the last time you had another goal in life? Like, do you remember, like, growing up, I wanted to be a teacher or something, or was it always sports? Like,
when I was really young, I think I was 6 or 7, right when I first started playing softball, I wanted to be a meteorologist.
Okay.
Until I realized how much science is involved. I did not want to do that anymore for a while, and then right after that, it was something to do with athletics.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a coach for a while, and then I decided I didn't want to do that. But I knew that either way, no matter what I did, it had to involve sports, or it just was not going to be for me.
That's cool. I still have stuff in my parents' house, like from second grade, where I say, like, I want to be a sports announcer or something like that. Just like I always wanted to be involved in it. And it's good that you're able to do that now and stay in it. And you're going to, I guess, be in it for the rest of your life now. So that's exciting stuff. Courtney Layton joining us. So softball back home this weekend. Courtney, how do you, we kind of joke about it being on the outside looking in. Now, Shirley is a former softball player and a current softball player. Shirley, how many games did you just play during your trip to Florida?
We actually bowed out of the tournament a little earlier than we wanted to, so we played 6 games in 2 days.
Oh my goodness!
We played 4 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. We have a sister team that comes out of Raleigh called the Carolina Thunder. We actually lost to them in our division, and they had to play an additional 4 games. So they played 10 games in 2 days.
Wow.
That's a lot of games.
It's brutal.
We always joke about ECU softball. Ellery said they just turn the lights on and just play, until the power runs out because you guys get a ton of games in. Uh-huh. In fact, I talked to Shane Winkler about it last time he was here, and I don't know if he's a huge fan of those types of tournaments, but it is a way to get a bunch of teams in, play a lot of games, get the minimum amount of games in.
Right.
But that's got to be tough on you guys, right?
It is, and my freshman and sophomore year conference was 3 games, 1 Friday, 1 Saturday, 1 Sunday. Because of COVID, last year it was 4. So it was normally 1 Friday, 2 Saturday, 1 Sunday, and that was enough for me. 4 games in a weekend was enough. I cannot imagine 6 in 2 days. Good grief.
But these tournaments will be going on all day long, Friday, Saturday, and some games on Sunday here in Greenville, and they'll be back in action. ECU baseball will be home Sunday against North Carolina after 2 games in Chapel Hill, and of course Pirate Hoops and Women's Hoops home. So everything is around this weekend, Courtney. So I guess, are you going to be around covering it all?
Oh, 100%. And honestly, crossover season is so stressful, but it's so fun because there's so much going on. And I remember, even for all my sports, I was looking at my phone the other day and I was like, Duke basketball plays today, Canes play today, ECU basketball plays today. I mean, it was just everything. I was like, how do I watch everything at one time?
It's fun to watch it, fun to be a part of it. Also, something you did recently is talk to the fans, which is always fun as well, right?
Yeah, it was super cool, and getting to hear their perspective of why it's and that was the main thing when I went out there, was what makes it so fun to be out here, and I really wanted to know. I haven't been out there yet. I haven't gotten the pleasure to be out there, but I was like, why has it been such a big thing for so long? And I think it's so cool, so I wanted to get to talk to them and just say, what makes you so involved?
Well, don't get so involved that you can't still be a fan, because I haven't been able to tailgate since 2006.
Oh, my goodness.
Doing pregame for Pirate Radio, which is why for basketball, I'm just a fan. I go to the games with my dad. I'm up there. We're cheering. We're cussing at the refs. We're normal folk. But when you're involved, sometimes you miss out on all the fun stuff.
Well, I will say with ECU basketball, we've had some iffy refs this year.
Thank you.
I don't blame you. It's been iffy.
Iffy at best. That's a good way, a nice way to put it. And I guess you can say the same about umpiring with baseball already.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
That was rough. That was rough. So, like, Zach Agnos came in. He knows Max Stokes by name. He's done so many games. Were you one of the players that tried to get on the ump's good side? Like, would you talk to them or just avoid them completely?
I always talk to them.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right?
Do you want some water? Like, when it's 98 degrees, I'm like, can I get you guys some water?
Try to get that call, right?
Yep, exactly.
Gotta stay on the good side. I like that. All right, so, Courtney, what do we do? How do we see your work and find out what you're up to these days?
So, if you go to WNCT's website, if you go to station info, then you'll say meet the team. If you go all the way down and you find my name, I'm near the bottom. If you click on my name, you can see everything that my name has ever been on, and all my stuff will be down there.
You're on social media?
Yep.
At
social media. Instagram
something.
is Courtney Violet _, and my Twitter is the same.
Okay. Have you had any run-ins with Brian Bailey? He's a great guy, but he can be a little grumpy. How's your interactions with him going?
He's a great guy.
Okay.
Even before I got here, I mean, we had a good relationship, and he's really, really helped me. And I haven't even been there for 2 months yet, and I've learned a lot from him.
Well, Courtney, nice to kind of get to know your story a little bit. We'll talk again down the road, but thanks for hanging out today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, Courtney Layton joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. We will take a timeout. When we return, talk a little women's basketball, because they are playing good right now. They've won 3 out of 4 games. Kim McNeill joins us on the other side of this timeout. We're back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. But the good news is, you know, we're getting vehicles from the factory every single week. So what the customer can do is come in, get an appraisal on their trade-in if they have one. They can pick a vehicle that's incoming and actually kind of build it how they want. And then when it gets here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, they're actually taking delivery of a new vehicle.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh, because slice to order makes a sub above. Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly, because grilled to order makes a sub above.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
What's the big deal?
Where can you get pizza, bread twists, specialty chicken, and more for just $5.99 each?
Is it at Domino's?
He hands off hand tossed pizza and a marble cookie brownie. He's going! There's a lot of variety on the radio and at Domino's too, where you can
mix and match 2 or more. $5.99 each at Domino's.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza, bone-in wings, and bread bowls will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Well, keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
Alrighty, back with you, man. A lot going on. Just talked about it with Courtney Layton a moment ago. You've got Pirate Baseball Sunday at home, wrapping up their series against North Carolina. You also got women's hoops on Sunday at home, and counting back from that, Saturday, Joe Dooley's Pirates are at home for a game. You've got softball all weekend at home, plus some men's basketball Wednesday, women's basketball Thursday. So, man, a lot of opportunities to come see the Pirates, no matter what team you are rooting for. Let's talk about the women's basketball Pirates right now with the head coach, Kim McNeill, who joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Playing good, won 3 out of 4. We'll talk about it right now. Coach, thanks for your time. As always, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, no problems. Always good to chat with you guys.
Well, Coach, it's an old cliche, but it rings true, and some cliches are true. You want to be playing your best ball, your best basketball in this case, towards the end of the season, late February, going into March. Your team has won 3 of their last 4, so is that an accurate statement about your team right now, Coach? Are they playing the best they've played in this 21-22 season?
Definitely, and that's always, from the beginning when the season first starts in October, we always talk about, just focusing on getting a little bit better every day so that we are playing our best basketball at the end of February, 1st of March, going into tournament play.
Kim McNeill joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. And, Coach, you've been able to do that both at home and on the road during this 3 out of 4 stretch. You've won 2 at home and then 1 on the road at Cincinnati. Coming up on Thursday night, you'll be back home for Tulsa. This is a 6 o'clock game coming up in Minges, and a sign of a good team, Coach, obviously taking care of business at home, but also able to go on the road and pick up some wins, right?
Definitely. It's all about a mindset. It's all about a mentality when you go on the road, having to understand that you're probably going to go against, 8 players with 3 refs. You tend not to get too many calls on the road. We haven't been too good of a road team, that this far this season, but as you said before, hopefully we're peaking at the right time. And, right now everybody in our league is jockeying for seedings. It's a log jam. One win can take you up 2 seats, so everybody is playing, really hard to better themselves for the tournament, and every game here on out is extremely important in how you finish out the seeding in the season.
Coach, let's talk about the reigning AAC Player of the Week, Tania Thompson. Another 20-point game, 22 points in the last outing in the win over Cincinnati. Doing it from the floor, also from the free throw line, 9 of 10 from the line in your latest win. And Tania has been amazing, all year, but really she is on an incredible stretch right now.
Yeah, she's playing really, really good basketball. I think she's proven to the league that, she's one of the best guards in the league. And I thought she was going to get Player of the Week again this week because at Houston she scored 28. At Houston had 21 or 22 in the first half, but I guess since we lost at Houston, they didn't give it to her. But she did lead the league in scoring this week as well. But it's not surprising. Tania has an unbelievable work ethic. I think her growth has come mentally. With her really being the main focal point on our team with Monk gone. She's seen boxing one, she's seen double teams. She's seen everything this year, and I think just her mentality and her toughness has grown, because I would say last year she probably would have allowed herself to be guarded, where this year she has a mindset where I don't care what you throw at me, you're not going to guard me. And then she's implemented, getting to the basket, and that's where you're seeing, the free throws come from. Coach Corey, has been really working with her on getting to the rim and getting to the foul line, because most players that you look at, if they're scoring high numbers, they're getting to the free throw line. In all those games that she scored 20-plus points, she's probably gotten 8 to 10 points off of free throws. So she's really made herself into a 3-level scorer.
Kim McNeill joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, and Tania has been incredible. But, Coach, if you're going to make a run in the AAC tournament, you're going to need more girls chipping in. So who outside of Tania are you relying on here at the end of the season to make a run and try to make it to the NCAA tournament? Who else needs to step up for your team?
Yeah, I think Sania Johnson has come in and played well for us since she got back off of injury. She missed some games due to a concussion. And she really helps us defend. Her game is transition, so we've been able, we went through a run there where we had probably 5 kids injured, so we couldn't press as much. And now that we've gotten back some bodies, we're being able to press and create some turnovers. And that's where Sania really, really excels, is in the open court. And so you've seen her have some really good games for us. I think Deja Green needs to be more consistent on hitting some shots. She needs to be a double-figure scorer for us so that it gives us another outside threat that can hit some shots. And then, it's day-to-day, but, getting Raven Johnson back and getting Danae McNeill back will also help us be able to hit have another scoring threat from the guard, and hopefully we'll have those 2 back here before the season's over with.
ECU trying to continue their winning ways coming up when they take on Tulsa and USF. Back-to-back home games coming up Thursday at 6 o'clock, Sunday at 1 o'clock. And, Coach, a little anecdote here. I was at Clark LeClaire Stadium over the weekend doing the PA announcing for ECU baseball, and as you know, a tough opening weekend for Cliff Godwin and his Pirates. But one moment of joy out of the stadium was when I was able to announce the final score from your women's basketball game, and we got some cheers in the crowd. So we appreciate you pepping up what was a bit of a subdued crowd at the baseball stadium this weekend.
Yeah, no problem. It happens, and I know that Pirate Nation will stick with baseball.
Yeah.
You know, it's a beginning of the season. They have a lot of games left. They actually play a lot of games, so you know they'll get going. But yeah, we were really excited to get that win on Saturday, and had some really good play. We hit some adversity. Had a big lead in the first half, and Cincinnati made their run, and we were able to sustain our run and really have some key executions down the stretch that allowed us to come out of there with a win.
Talking to Kim McNeill, Coach, we know about South Florida and how good they are. How about Tulsa coming up on Thursday? What are the keys for your team to have success coming up Thursday night?
Yeah, Tulsa's a really good team, a new coach. They're playing well. They pretty much play 5 guards on the floor, and they all can shoot the three. Very, very good shooting team. They take care of the ball very well. I think they're top 10 in the nation. As far as turnovers, I think they only average like 12 or 13 turnovers a game, so they really do a good job of taking care of the ball. But they're a tough matchup because they have 4 guards on the floor pretty much all the time. They can all shoot the three, and they drive the ball really, really hard. So you got to be prepared to close out to take away the three. You got to be prepared to close out to take away the drive. So, they beat us pretty good, down at Tulsa at the beginning of the year. I think we are a much, much better team than what we were then. Coming off of, being in quarantine, 9 kids in quarantine with COVID when we played them, excuse. But I do think we're a much better team, and we got to slow them down. We got to keep them out of transition, and we got to not allow them to have wide open looks from the three.
Obviously, Coach, you're focused on your team and what you need to do to win. Have you looked at it kind of big picture as far as at-larges go for the AAC and with UCF and the year they're having and South Florida up there near the top? Do you know what are the people saying about the AAC and how many teams could be in the NCAA tournament as an at-large goes? Do you follow that stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, right now, they're saying, obviously Central Florida and South Florida are definitely a lock to get in. I think Tulane is right there knocking on the door to being the third team. I think we're definitely, a league that should get 3 or more teams into the tournament, with those 3 playing really, really good basketball right now. The AAC is tough, and I don't think we get enough credit for how good we are. I think when UConn left out, everybody thought, but we're this year, especially in my 3 years that I've been here, it is tough from bottom to top. I mean, there is no team you can look on your schedule and say, hey, this is a win. You're going to be in for a battle every single night, and I just think the league has been beating up on each other. And I hope the NCAA can, really look at that and really reward our league for how well it's playing and what great coaches and great players that we have in the league.
Kim McNeill joining us, Coach. We talk about this with the men's game. We saw Steph Curry light it up at the All-Star game, as Steph tends to do all the time, and how the game has changed over the years. It's getting further and further away from the basket, more open floor on the court to penetrate and kick out. How about the women's game since you started coaching? How much has it changed from what it once was? How much is it similar? What about the changes in the women's game overall that you've noticed since your time coaching?
Yeah, I think it's very similar to the men. You don't see too many teams playing, 2 traditional post players. They're really spacing the floor, a lot better shooters. I thought that, when they moved the 3-point line back a little bit, that it would affect our game, but I haven't seen it at all. Women are just becoming better shooters, but yeah, I think the biggest thing is everybody wants to play with, facing the basket. Nobody wants to play with the back to the basket anymore. Everybody wants to shoot threes, and it's even going down to little kids. My son plays. He's 9 and he plays basketball, and everybody wants to shoot the three. So, Steph Curry's definitely having an effect on the game and just kids' abilities to shoot the ball.
Pirates closing it out with Tulsa, USF, and then Memphis. Had a big win at home against Memphis not that long ago. So a chance to make a run here at the end of the regular season. Then it's all about tournament time, Coach, and you'll be heading to Texas for that. And I know you got some business to take care of before then, but that's got to be fun. A lot of pressure when it's, survive in advance, win or go home. But that's a really fun time of the year for us fans, and hopefully as a coach you can enjoy it as well.
It definitely is. I mean, this is what all the hard work that you've put in since the summertime. This is what it's all about, getting to the tournament play and trying to go on a run and playing back-to-back games and, seeing, does your system work, your endurance, can you play 2 or 3 games straight in a row? But it all goes back to this is what you work for. This is what it's all about, to lay it all on the line for tournament play.
A lot of fun basketball coming up here in Greenville over the next few days. You've got the men in action Wednesday night. Kim McNeill's team will be in action coming up 6 o'clock Thursday. Joe Dooley's Pirates back at home Saturday, and then the women will have their home finale in a big one against South Florida coming up 1 o'clock on Sunday. So a lot of opportunities to see some live basketball here down the stretch, and both teams playing pretty well right now. And Kim McNeill's Pirates have won 3 out of 4, looking to win another one coming up on a Thursday night. Coach, real quick, your keys to a successful week. What do you need to do against Tulsa and USF this week?
Yeah, obviously, one, stay healthy.
Always, right?
Yeah, but just really lock in on one day at a time. And that's what we've been focusing on. One practice, one game at a time. Right now it's all about Tulsa today in practice. It's about preparing for them and understanding how they win games and trying to take some things away from them that they do very, very well, be disruptive. So, it's just focusing on one practice at a time, one game at a time, and everything else will take care of itself.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time today, and look forward to seeing Minji's coming up on Thursday and Sunday. And we'll talk to you again down the road, Coach. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. And Pirate Nation, come out and support us and the men's team to finish out this season strong. We need your support.
There you go. Kim McNeill joining us Wednesday night. Joe Dooley's Pirates in action in Minji's. Thursday, Kim McNeill's Pirates will be playing, and then Saturday, Sunday, men's, women's, in that order coming up in Minji's Coliseum to wrap up the regular season. We'll take a timeout as we go to break. Chandler was doing his old man back in my day voice. We didn't shoot 3-pointers. How about a great Pirate Radio podcast on the way this week? Jeff Charles, one-on-one with another guy who didn't step outside the 3-point line, although if he played today, maybe he would have to. The big fella, Tree Rollins, had a long NBA career, and he will join Jeff Charles coming up on the Pirate Radio podcast. When will that debut, Shirley?
That will likely be tomorrow night.
Wednesday, coming up at 6 o'clock, because today we will have the Players Lounge podcast.
Correct.
Coming up at 6 o'clock. So today at 6 are baseball players, and then Wednesday, and it's available for you. Will be available for you to download as well. Great one-on-one, Tree Rollins, and the voice Jeff Charles.
A lot of cool,
to that.
neat stories.
No doubt
from Tree Rollins.
He's got a ton of them. Remember, early on Shaq's career, Tree Rollins was wrapping up his career in Orlando. That's what I remember about Tree Rollins, but he played in the 70s, has his number retired by the Clemson Tigers. I don't remember his college days, but looking forward to hearing all about it on the Pirate Radio podcast. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. The big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, will get you ready for your Tuesday night of college hoops. That's on the way when we return after this.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance or life without having to give up the college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer here in Greenville today at 493-0002 and put the life back in life insurance.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Thinking about takeout tonight? Familia can make everything real easy for you with a great selection of Italian food and more. Visit FamiliaNC.com to see the full menu featuring pizzas, pastas, salads, and homemade desserts. Place your order online or call 689-6330 and Familia will have your order ready in their convenient drive-thru window for pickup. Finish up a busy day with a great dinner for yourself or your family from Familia. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
All of our last names are ECU.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Well, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you here on PRL. We got ECU baseball about to get underway at 5 o'clock. Pirate Hoops back in action. Coming up Wednesday night in Minges Coliseum when USF comes to town. We'll talk about that a little bit and what else is going on in college basketball right now with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. He joins us on a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Big man, how you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you, Clip?
Good, man. Looking forward to a fun night of college hoops coming up. Let's start with the American, Jeff, because I looked at Joe Lunardi's bracketology, which again is a guide. It's not the end all be all, but just find it interesting that he has obviously Houston in from the AAC. He has Memphis as one of his last 4 in, And then SMU, who knocked off Memphis last weekend, is top team on the out list. First 4 out, SMU. I was looking ahead at their schedules this week. They both have very winnable games midweek. Tulsa is at SMU. Memphis will be playing Temple coming up at home on Thursday. And then this weekend, really a big one for SMU as they take on Houston. Memphis will take on Wichita State. So, Jeff, as you look at the American, can they get 2 in? Can they get 3 in? Well, what's your take on SMU and Memphis? And why I know Memphis has played better here of late, but why all of a sudden are they looked as a tournament team right now? Have they done enough?
Because they're Memphis. And they have, the brand power, brand recognition. They have, the top-level recruits. They have Penny Hardaway. That's one of the same reasons a team like Michigan is still involved. Look at the teams in the bubble conversation. The teams that aren't as popular, let's say Kansas State or Florida or somebody like that, they're not going to be as well-regarded, I feel like, in the grand scheme of things. As far as what I think ultimately happens in the American, I think they probably get 2 teams in. Obviously, there's one shoe-in Houston. And it's going to be really a collective of either, Memphis or SMU. They could get 3 in. I don't think that's out of the question. I think it ultimately will settle on 2. SMU, it seems like, they've been kind of the same team since Tim Jankovich took over. They can never get up over the hump and win a couple of games in the NCAA tournament. They have some bad losses. I mean, this is a team who lost to Missouri. This team lost to Loyola Marymount. They lost to Cincinnati, lost to Temple, all teams that are in the bottom, they're not in the top 90 of college basketball. So, yeah, I think for me, it could be 1, it could be as high as 3. I think it'll probably center on 2, and I feel like if you're Memphis, I feel like this is the strongest team they've had, everybody healthy, DeAndre Williams is back. I don't think they have any, I think the only glaring loss would, I guess, be, no offense, Clip, East Carolina and Georgia. But they also have some decent wins. They did beat Houston, they beat Virginia Tech, and did beat Alabama. Plus, they have another opportunity against Houston coming up. So I think it's ultimately 2 teams. Could be as high as 3. Could be as low as just 1.
Jeff Nadu talking AAC. Pirates back in action coming up Wednesday night against South Florida. Pirates should be favored in that game as they knocked off South Florida last week on the road. Jeff, let's look at tonight. A couple of road teams that are favorites that I want to highlight in the SEC. And Arkansas is only, it's basically a pick 'em, but I see them as a slight favorite on the road against Florida. Florida coming off a big win. And then Alabama, who's been great as the underdog, kind of worry about them as favorites, but they are road favorites tonight against Vanderbilt, and Jerry Stackhouse has made them respectable. But Alabama, a road favorite, Arkansas, a road favorite. How about these SEC games tonight? Any interest in those?
Alabama's tough to back on the road. I'm not running to bet them. They've really struggled away from home this year. And look, Vandy's a plucky team, man. They play hard. They've got a decent team, well coached. Scottie Pippen's been terrific for them. He's kind of their entire team. And look, they kind of thrive on getting to the free throw line. That's their bread and butter. Alabama can't necessarily defend. That could be a game that stays close. Look, Clip, I'll admit, I've said before, occasionally you have a tough card. I think this is the toughest card of the season. I'm really at a problem here in this Florida-Arky game because I don't know if there's a team I like more in America than Arkansas. And I'm at this point where I know as a spot, this is a bad spot for Arkansas.
Yeah.
I just have a hard time betting against them. I think Florida, this is that last stand kind of game. You talk about a team that's on the bubble as well. They've really kind of played pretty well recently. Outside of a loss at the A&M, they played pretty well, beat Auburn over the weekend. This is another great spot at home, and Arkansas's coming off a big win against Tennessee, great run. They get Kentucky looking ahead a little bit back in Fayetteville on Saturday. So this is kind of a sleepy spot in a tough gym to go play in. I think it's really a close game. I think the edge has to go to Florida, though, just being at home and kind of have that desperation to them. I think Arkansas obviously is very much in the NCAA tournament. A close road loss in Florida is not a bad thing, especially with Kentucky on deck, where I think it's a little bit more important. Look, you're going to get a great effort, and I think schematically Arkansas is the better team, but spot-wise, I think it just fits Arky here.
All right, can we substitute 2 different teams into that conversation? And it might sound just about the same. Now, UConn is a tournament team, but it sounds kind of similar to what you were just saying. They're at home tonight against Villanova. I had Nova on the road against Providence last week, and that was a winner for me. Should I roll with Nova again on the road tonight? Connecticut's actually a 2-point favorite. That's an 8 o'clock game. I know you stay away from the Big East, Jeff, but it kind of sounds similar to your previous conversation. Is this a good spot for the Huskies tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's another tough spot. I think I like UConn just because of the spot.
Yeah.
I think they're a pretty solid team. I don't love their coach. I just don't really want to bet into Villanova. I don't bet much Big East. If I had to play it, I'd lean UConn, but I think it's a tough one, honestly.
Jeff, how about as we get here, I know at the end of football season we start to talk about, all right, what do teams need to do to get a bowl bid, pay attention to that kind of stuff towards the end of the year. How about a game like tonight, Miami at Pittsburgh? Miami appears to be in, but not super comfortable, so they need to keep racking up wins. Kansas State, you mentioned them maybe on the bubble. They're at Kansas. Do they keep it close tonight in Lawrence? How about teams like that are fighting for at-larges and taking on teams that maybe aren't, specifically Miami and Pittsburgh? And in the case of Kansas State, they're taking on a better team on the road, but are fighting for their lives. What do you think about teams like that?
Yeah, I mean, we see it tonight also, in some of these other, smaller games, just teams that maybe shouldn't be as big a favorite or they get that one late. Oklahoma has a similar spot tonight against Texas Tech. Yeah, as far as Pitt, Miami, this is a dangerous spot for Miami because I think, they're in, but it doesn't seem real stable. This is a team that, struggles to defend. They've actually been good on the road, though. I've got to give them that respect. They've won, 4 of their last 5 on the road. They've also went to Duke and won on the road. Went to Penn State and won isn't easy to do in that little gym. So, I think their problem is always going to be on the defensive end. I don't trust them. And this is a Pitt team playing pretty well right now, winning 3 or 4 overall. As far as, I think you mentioned K-State, Kansas. Interestingly enough, Clip, the only game I played tonight was K-State. I took the 12.5 with them. As you said, again, another last stand. Have they played well over the years against Kansas, UK? Yeah, they have. But this is a spot for K-State that I just like them in. They play every game close for the most part, Clip. I mean, you look at on the season, 10-4 against the spread as an underdog. They go in and they hang in games. Every game seems to be decided close. They've had 1 or 2 losses, one in particular in Baylor where they lost by 25. They've had some tough goes against Baylor this year, but you look at the first time they played against Kansas, played really well, shot the ball at a high level. I think they can do that tonight. It is concerning because it kind of seems like a get-right spot for Kansas, but I'm going to trust in the team in K-State that I just think is too good as a dog. And you look, Clip, this is kind of interesting about that game the first time these two teams played. With 18 minutes to go in the game, Kansas State was up 55-38, Clip. They ended up losing 78-75. You got to wonder, there's got to be a real bad taste in their mouth at home losing like that. Plus, it's revenge. You've got the fact that you're playing for your tournament life here. I just think we get a good effort. I don't know if they'll win, but it reminds me a lot of Memphis-Houston a week or 2 ago where Memphis needed it. They were 10, 12-point dogs, and they won the game.
Yeah, Jeff Nadu joining us. Some good insight from the big man. How about a team near and dear to our hearts, Jeff? St. Bonaventure wrote them off when they went through that spell where they lost 3 out of 4, including to George Mason. But since then, they have won 5 in a row. They got the St. Louis sweep. They've covered their last 2 as well, so they've covered at least 4 in a row. I don't know what the line was for the Fordham game, but covered the other night, wore out Duquesne. Now they are at home tonight. I think it's around 9.5 against Rhode Island. Seems, can they win another one by double digits? Are they getting hot at the right time, Jeff? Is it time to put our trust back on the Bonnies? They've been rolling here of late.
Yeah, Bonnies have covered 5 in a row, including 3 by double-digit numbers. They were 3 double-digit favorites. They won all of them, and covered all of them. So, yeah, they're playing well. It seems like 2 teams going in opposite directions. Seems like the market's catching up to Bonaventure, though, Clip. I don't mind laying 5 or 6, but 9, 10, I think it's a little high. And Rhode Island, you have to give them credit. They haven't, I think they've lost 8 of 9, I think. But keep in mind, most of them have been close losses. 2-point loss to GW, 7-point loss to Richmond, 2-point loss to Dayton, close losses to VCU and Dayton and other teams. So, yeah, I think they've hung close, but they don't do a lot well. And, Clip, over the years, if you back St. Bonaventure in every game since 2019 at home against the number, you're up about 8 units of profit. So this team is very good at home. It seems like a spot where they continue to roll. I wouldn't be betting Rhodey here. It'd be only a Bonaventure pass.
Jeff, one coming up on Wednesday, and I've been keeping an eye on Jaden Gardner. He is having a good year with the Virginia Cavaliers, and they are trying to make a push here and can make a big splash if they knock off Duke tomorrow night. That is a 7 o'clock tip-off in Charlottesville. What do you think about Virginia? Where do they stand right now, Jeff? They got work to do, right?
Yeah, they do, and this would go a long way. I'm going to be on Virginia tomorrow. You damn better believe it. They're going to get probably, I think, 4 or 5 at home.
Yeah.
And this is a game where you have to wonder, this was a wild game the first time these two teams played. Virginia has shown over the years they can play Duke at a high level. There have been a lot of close games in this series. They completely took Banchero out of the game, and I think they're just a team that will give Duke problems. I mean, the way they defend, the way they take time off the clock, they're just a tough team to prepare for, and that's one of the reasons they were able to win in the first game. Now you're going to get them in your home building. It's a must-win. The problem that Virginia has to have, they have to win this game. Their last 2 games against Florida State and Louisville, they're not going to really move the needle much in the grand scheme of things. This is a team that has some bad losses here. You lost to JMU, you lost to Navy. This is a team that just really can't afford to continue to waste these opportunities. They need a win. This is a must-win if they want to get to the NCAA tournament. Their only other option would be to win the ACC tournament, which probably seems unlikely. So I think this is a good spot for Virginia. I'll be on them for sure.
All right, good time to back the big man because you were red hot over the weekend. I think you had a bit of a rough one last night, Jeff. So now's a good time to jump on with you.
Yeah, I mean, I had a run over like 10 days or so. I was like 18-3 or something. I was really having some success. I caught up last night. It just, Monday, kind of a rough card.
Yeah.
Last 2 nights have been rough as far as cards are concerned, but looks like Clip, for me, I've kind of made it clear. I bet a lot of the same teams. Last night I made the ill-advised decision to bet teams that I just don't bet much. I want to bet the same teams. I've been betting a lot of New Orleans lately, a lot of LSU, Arcs, or those type of teams. I just have been betting teams recently that I don't bet much, and I've kind of taken it on the chin over the last night.
Big man, while we got you here, we'll reconvene NBA action coming up Thursday. I'm looking at the odds to win the championship right now, and you've got the Suns, Nets, Warriors, Bucks, kind of with the lowest odds, and then right after that is your Philadelphia 76ers. Are you going to get into the NBA future market as we sit here during the All-Star break?
Yeah, I'll probably take a look. Obviously, I was involved with the Suns last year. I've done well with futures over the last couple of years. I've really hit on a lot of these. I had a great Super Bowl I had both those teams. So yeah, I think for me, I'm going to kind of the Suns are obviously the favorite, and they've been terrific. They kind of look like a complete and utter wagon. As far as the team to win it, to me, I don't know. I mean, I would maybe look at. I think the Sixers are under. I think they would, to me, probably be my 3rd choice. Their kind of price is that 5th choice. I would put something into them. I was a little surprised they didn't take a look at anyone in the buyout market. I don't know if they still have an opportunity to do that or not, but they would be a look. Brooklyn's. I'm not interested in them. I don't know. It's not real interesting. I mean, maybe the Lakers.
Yeah, you could get them, but one team down on the price, Jeff. How about the Heat? Can they get their magic back from the bubble? You get a pretty good price on them compared to others.
Listen, at the end of the day, like if you're asking me about value, value is a team that's overpriced. Look, the Lakers. This is an all or nothing. They could possibly, not make the playoffs. Currently. But if they can get in as an 8, let's say they're in as an 8 seed. Do you want to play them if you're Golden State or Phoenix? I don't.
Right.
You have the best player arguably ever. You have, guys like Westbrook who, let's just be honest, he's a Hall of Famer. I know people don't want to hear that, but he is. You have some real success on this team. they just haven't played real well. We know defensively they're good. Look, I'll be honest. I'll take a shot with the Lakers. That's too big a price. If they can make it in, sky's the limit. They shouldn't be priced this high. If they're playing a little bit better, they should be 10, 15 to 1.
Jeff Nadu joining us. He joins us here on Pirate Radio Live. You can get his premium plays at patreon.com/BMOC. Also, the Sit Down Podcast, if you're into mob and mafia history. Jeff doing it all right now. And we appreciate your time on the show today, big man. And we'll track you down, talk more hoops with you next week.
Let also it not be a hidden clip that over the last 2 or 3 months, I've built up 6,000 subs on YouTube.
Nice.
Doing the sit down as well. So yes, clip. I'm doing okay. Things are working out. I'm very happy at the content I'm doing. Thank you for having me as always. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff, the big man on campus, talking about tonight's basketball card and looking ahead to the week as well. Pirates back in action coming up against South Florida on Wednesday night. We've already guessed the line for that game. We'll get Igoe's projection when we return and kick off hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We'll also keep you up to date on what's going on with Pirate baseball as they're about to get underway against the Campbell Fighting Camels. It's all ahead here on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Back Psych Tuesday. Back with you after this.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar with daily specials. And here's the lineup. Mondays feature $7 margaritas and half-price appetizers. Tuesday is stuffed seafood night. Wednesday is date night. Thursday is roasted smoked lamb chop night. Fridays is prime rib night. And Saturday is Italian night and is also Fred and Wilma night with our 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk steak just like the Flintstones. And on Sunday, it's our legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fossil from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
It's bow time. We think a chicken sandwich this good should speak for itself. But when you're talking juicy, hand-breaded, and boldly seasoned chicken breasts, piled up with thick-cut pickles and creamy mayo all on a buttery toasted bun, well, we are happy to say it again and again and again. Bo's Chicken Sandwich, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Bring home comfort at huge savings during Bostic Sugg Furniture's President's Day Power Event. Now at Bostic Sugg, amp up your space that makes a powerful statement with hundreds of power sofas, sectionals, and recliners in stock. Experience the power of better sleep on a Serta Arctic mattress with 48 months special financing with no minimum purchase. And with any Arctic purchase, get 2 free pillows. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
At Union Bank, we understand you live life on the go. That's why our banking options are designed to serve you, wherever you are. If you want to meet us in person at one of our local branches, complete banking tasks on the go from the mobile app, or bank from your office with convenient remote deposit and cash management services, we're everywhere you need us to be. Whether you're simply managing a busy schedule or an entire business, we're right there with you with personalized service and helpful tools. Call or visit us online at unionbanknc.com. Union Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
When a storm hits, you can count on Greenville Utilities. They put their emergency storm plan into action to restore power as quickly and safely as possible. If you experience an outage, call them toll-free at 1-855-767-2482. The automated hotline can handle a large number of calls at once, virtually eliminating busy signals, so help can be on the way as fast as possible. Remember, GUC's emergency hotline number is 1-855-767-2482.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. At Angel Oak, they continue to make customer service a number one priority. A local mortgage advisor is the key to your transaction success. The combination of their local team's experiences and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard, conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for every financial situation. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Brock.
All righty, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Season's over, Igoe. Zach Agnos starts with a strikeout. I'm done. It's over. It's over. It's time to. It's time to.
Where's that water cooler?
Well, we haven't flipped a cooler.
Where
yet.
is that water cooler at?
Stephen Igoe joining us for a makeshift ECU baseball watch along here.
Yeah.
As the Pirates take on Campbell in Bowie's Creek. Why did you not make the trip to beautiful Bowie's Creek?
You know, usually I go, but so I'm traveling to Chapel Hill. Traveling to Chapel Hill
Friday and Saturday?
Friday and Saturday. Actually, staying the night Friday. And it's just a lot of travel. And to be honest, Campbell's press box sucks. And that's the main reason I did not want to go, because I didn't want to sit outside, which is a very real possibility.
Is it Duke that has the worst that you always complain about?
Like Duke, their own campus stadium is the worst. Not only the worst college venue I've ever been to, but the worst baseball stadium, period.
Like including like Conley.
Yeah,
You
Conley,
sit right behind home plate, right?
Little League. We sit right behind home plate because
the last time you went out, I could have swore that you posted a picture on Twitter.
It was legitimately right behind home plate, but it was like on the concourse that is the same area that people enter and like walk up the steps. Like there's no section. It's just a giant grandstand and foul territory. If you stand to the right, you might die legitimately via foul ball.
All right.
Like, it's just, you have to go and you have to realize what a joke it is. I went to the bathroom before the game and there were two Duke players using the bathroom beside me.
That's like slow pitch men's league softball.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the worst stadium I've been to. Pee Wee, Little League, high school.
But when you get to go to Durham, it's obviously a lot better.
DBAP is a good venue, though their press box is also not the best because it's kind of off to the side. They have a lot of suites for fans, which is cool. You know, I get that at my league park. But definitely prefer Clark LeClaire Stadium, although I do have my problems with Clark LeClaire Stadium's press box as well.
Whoa, let's hear
Whoever
it.
constructed it, if you're constructing a press box, the goal is to see out the windows.
Yeah.
Yet there's giant concrete pillars in between every window. Like, why? I don't understand why anybody would design something like that.
The area itself is really nice.
The area itself is
But
fine.
you're right. The sight lines are tough.
The sight lines bad. You kind of have to lean up in your chair to see the home plate, so it's just not very practical, I guess is the way to put it.
There is your press box update as we sit here on a Tuesday. How'd you like the Krasinski reference earlier?
That was awesome, man.
Yeah.
I have not heard the interview, but that brings me back. That team, we talked about it a million times, but that team had the best collection of personalities, interviews. I mean, Krasinski, York, and all those guys. Eric Tyler, Travis Watkins. Like, it was just the most fun I've had covering the team. Ronnie Woodward from the Reflector used to work for the Reflector, would say the same thing. Like, all those guys just had awesome personalities.
Mike says with no water cooler, we'll just have to spill Igoe's water to start the rally. So if things start going south, just dump your water all over the
over your computer. Yeah.
Also, he asked, does Igoe need a press box made of gold? Yeah.
I just want a press box made of windows that I can see. I mean, is that too much to ask?
Just give the man some glass.
The football stadium press box is obviously awesome. I'm not going to complain about it so much, but we can't open the windows. In fact, there's only one window, I think, in the whole upper tier part of the press box.
Which is why Igoe's house, a lot of people don't know this, is just all glass.
Yes,
all
it's made up of glass all the way around.
Yeah. So
you know, you're not a media person unless you complain about the little things.
Yeah, you gotta complain. Hey, great food this weekend. Thanks, Malcolm.
Yeah.
And whoever set that up.
Absolutely. So, I mean, anytime we get free food, that's a awesome amenity of covering the game, especially the baseball games, because they are long. They do tend to run, as Bryson Worrell hits a shot to the warning track for an out. They tend to run long, so that definitely helps us out, helps us do our job. So that's a definite benefit of the ECU administration and their staff.
You put up an article on Hoist the Colors. I think it was Making Sense of the Weekend, Igoe.
Yes.
Were you able to make sense of the 3-game sweep that Bryant came in and knocked off East Carolina?
As much as possible, yeah. And I think, as I wrote, and I went a lot more in depth in it on the VIP piece and also on my podcast, but it just felt like it all started with the Wisenhunt situation. And again, the team is not going to go out there and say we lost because of Carson Wisenhunt or, we weren't focused because of Wisenhunt. But that just creates a giant distraction, whether the guys want to admit it or not. You have your ace pitcher. He's on the radio on Monday. The next day, basically, he gets suspended. He's not a part of the team for opening weekend. And now it just kind of hangs over the program. And we really haven't gotten any answers one way or the other. So it's just kind of lingering out there. Then they get punched in the mouth on Friday. And with so many new players trying to find their roles, trying to find their ways, they just didn't know how to respond. And unfortunately, Bryant also captured some confidence. And the other aspect of it was ECU had some terrible luck all weekend long, especially in games 2 and 3. A lot of soft hits for Bryant. A lot of tough things that went against East Carolina in terms of hard hit balls right at people as well. So it was just not a good weekend.
Lane Hoover gets thrown out trying to steal second on that super weird turf that is there in Bowie's Creek to end the first inning. Top of the first, I should say. They head to the bottom of the first. I thought it was interesting, and it makes sense after you hear the players yesterday on the Players Lounge. I said, so did Cliff, rip you guys a new one after Sunday? And multiple said, nah, that was more Friday. Mm-hmm. Because that's the one that got away, whereas Saturday and Sunday were 2 good college baseball games. Now, they were ugly at times because East Carolina continued to make mistakes, whether it be errors, wild pitches, or if you want to call leaving runners in scoring position a mistake. There were plenty of those made, but the guys said that Godwin didn't give it to him too much after Saturday and Sunday. It was more about Friday. You put up a stat during Sunday's game of the Pirates' batting average with runners in scoring position. It was 4 for 20 something, or
4 for 28.
Is that what the final number was?
That's what it ended as, because I posted it, I think, after the 8th, and then they didn't get anybody in scoring position in the 9th. So, yeah, I mean, again, a lot of heat on Ryder Giles or whatever for his for hitting 5th, which I think that's certainly a fair disagreement if you don't agree with batting Ryder 5th, but. He also had some horrible luck. He went 0 for 9, but he stung 2 balls right at the third baseman that, one of them it turned into an inning double play. If it goes to the right or left 2 feet, it's a 2-run double, 2-run single. So that's what makes it baseball tough. And I thought Ryder actually looked pretty good at the plate outside of a batter or 2. He made contact. He drew a couple walks. So he just had nothing to show for it. Another guy who impressed me was Ryan McChrystal, who made some good contact but had nothing to show for it. So baseball is a funny game. Those things tend to even out over the course of a season, but definitely understand the frustration with Pirate fans, just because at the end of the day, you finish 0-3. But I do think the team played better the final two games, like better baseball. They just made critical errors at the wrong time. Like, you can't give up a wild pitch with the game on the line in a 3-3 game in the ninth inning with 2 outs. Like, you have to do everything possible to block that pitch, and the catcher did not.
And, yeah, you had the Mayhew pitch against the backstop where he actually said yesterday he was feeling something and thought about calling time before he delivered it. He didn't and sailed it, and that was one that caused the tying run to get in, I believe, late in the game, right? So
yeah, that was game two.
That was game two.
Yeah.
In the eighth inning.
The other thing is you give up a leadoff walk in that same inning, and there were 2 or 3 balls that could easily have been strikes that went against.
Yeah.
That by the way, a lot of flack on Max Stokes for his I don't know if you want to call it a blunder or worst possible timing at first base. But that home plate umpire on Saturday had one of the worst strike zones I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it affected both teams.
All right, there's baseball. We'll keep you up to date on what's going on here. This
is the longest replay known to man. I mean,
yeah, geez. A lot of those this weekend, too.
Like, just make a call and move on, man.
So they are still reviewing this. Did Lane Hoover get thrown out attempting to steal second base? And we're getting terrible camera angles. That one did not even show the players.
Of the catcher just throwing the ball.
And the pitcher celebrating.
Well, the one angle that they showed from behind the plate, it appears that Lane beat the throw because the shortstop, when he swiped the glove, it hit him in the back. Lane's hand was already on the bag.
I wish we could find a way to speed this process
But I guess they've already made a decision.
They have made a decision. He's out.
He's out.
All right, he is out. That has not made it to our TV. Now it has. So now everybody can run to the dugout.
That took legitimately 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For a first inning stolen base with 2 outs. I mean, what are we doing? Baseball is long enough as it is, man. Yeah. If you can't tell after a minute or two, just freaking stick with the call on the field.
All right, boy. As John Moody said in the chat earlier, this has been Steven's soapbox. We might get a full 45 minutes of Igoe. Are you in a grumpy mood today, Steven?
No. I'm just venting my complaints. We asked about.
Yeah.
I was asked about why I didn't go to Campbell.
How do you like the seating for media in ECU basketball games?
The seating for ECU basketball games for media is largely a joke, and most people tell you that, especially visiting media, because they get up here and they're like, "This is it." But I mean, I get it too. At the same, there's
Didn't y'all tell Joe Dooley, or wasn't this past off season or right before the season started, that he found out that's where y'all sat and he was like, "Oh, way up there"?
Yeah, nobody knows because we're invisible from looking from the court. I mean, you can't even probably see up in the Raptors if you're on the court.
Was I told that media used to be like baseline or somewhere down there?
Well, the court side.
It changed.
Feet on wood.
Yeah, feet on wood.
Wow.
When I first started covering the team, we were basically right beside Jeff Charles. Now we're up in 213. But the thing is, they make money from the courtside seats, or the how do you guys phrase it when you're on the second row, the courtside seats?
On the platform.
On the platform.
Platform seating.
They make money off that. They don't make money off me sitting down there. So again, I don't blame them, but it sucks for us.
Mike says more like Steven Igoe on and on complaining. That's pretty good. Mike P's good for wordplay.
That's what I do. That's what he does.
What is the line for tomorrow night, Igoe, in your best estimation? East Carolina,
he was on the last one,
hosting South Florida. I expect you to hit it exact.
Pirates 4.5.
Whoa,
South Florida's bad.
They are bad. I got Pirates by 3. Chandler said 2.5. I got going 4.
So ECU, when they were on the road, what was it? South Florida 2?
2.
I think South Florida's gotten worse. ECU's gotten better. You give a team 3 points for home court.
Although that one dude did just hit every 3 he took, which happens against East Carolina. Somebody's just going to light it up from 3. So they got to avoid that. But, I mean, good grief. I hate to say this about any opponent, but East Carolina should win tomorrow night. Like, they should win by double digits tomorrow night.
No.
No?
ECU should never win. Should
against this South Florida team.
Just win, man.
I know, just win.
When's the last time they won a home game? Chandler.
Suggs. Brandon Suggs.
Suggs.
Memphis.
If you guys, that legitimately feels like
it was over a month ago, because it was.
I was going to say 2 years ago. I saw them celebrating, and I was like, why are they celebrating?
All right, speaking of glass, we need to get some blinds.
How are you guys as ESPN Plus feed so far ahead of ours?
I know, we're way behind on TV here.
I don't have an answer for that question. I guess I'm a lucky guy.
I think it's just the way geography, like, it's hitting this feed. Although Bowie's Creek is that way, right?
I'm just going to watch CJ's feed from right here.
Okay, this is going to be awkward. Can we get somebody with another laptop over there so I could look over there during the game? No score in the first inning. Pirate Hoops Igoe looking to finish strong. Home tomorrow. USF, they're going to be favorites. Will they be favorites against Tulsa? If they win,
win against South Florida, yeah.
Yeah.
Small favorites.
When is the last time ECU beat Tulsa at home?
Gosh, I think it wasn't that long. It was like 16 or 17.
So it was Tulsa on the road. We can never win.
It was a long time.
So yeah, snapping streaks, baby. Let's win 2. Then they take on Wichita, and then it's on to the AAC tournament
against Wichita.
Probably so.
If ECU takes care of business in these next 2 games, probably if they win 1, they'll still be in the 8-9 game.
God, I want to be in the 7-10.
Well, then ECU would need to lose probably the next 3, because then Tulsa would jump them.
That could happen.
So that's a possibility.
If they do finish 8-9, they'll play that 1 o'clock on a Thursday, which will be your Pirate Radio Live lead-in. Watch along, Igoe? No. I got to work.
Well, yeah, I got to work the game. But
yeah, well, you can work while you're here.
I can watch along. My mom's now retired, so she's watching Slater a lot, so it's a possibility.
And also, this is a pretty nice setup, Igoe, to watch a game. Yeah. This is better than most setups you get to watch a game live. So
yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'm not complaining. As long as you can get your ESPN Plus feed fixed and we can watch it in real time, not have spoilers from the 2 people that are 30 minutes ahead of us.
We'll feed you.
All right, I'll be here.
All right, he says he's in for the AAC tournament watch-along. Do you have a basketball jersey? If not, you'll just have to wear a sleeveless shirt.
Basketball jersey. I've got an old Chris Paul jersey somewhere. I just got to find it.
What? What team?
Wake Forest.
What happened to the denim?
We thought about going denim, all
for
denim.
Dickies Arena?
I'm definitely not showing up if we go all denim.
You got jeans? Erica's probably
what am I supposed to wear as a top?
Erica's probably got a stylish jean jacket.
I'm not wearing my wife's jean jacket in here. I can tell you that right now.
All right.
With like the fur in the inside on the collar.
The fur.
I tell you what, this game producers.
Could it possibly be bedazzled?
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
With like a bedazzled eye.
Erica, or her initials.
This video producer's struggling right now.
Very much so.
We don't know what's happening after
I don't know what Chandler's doing.
Oh, this program. Let's take a break. We'll come back more with Igoe. We'll see if there's any football news to discuss, and we'll continue to keep you updated on what's going on in this baseball game. No score. Campbell has a runner on, 2 outs in the bottom of the first. And we'll make you a winner at the end of our next segment. More to go. Pirate Radio Live rolls on.
What was that?
After this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. For used vehicles, Brown & Wood has a lifetime powertrain on every vehicle you buy from us, new or used. So even when you buy a used vehicle from Brown & Wood, you have lifetime powertrain. We cover the engine, transmission for as long as you own the car.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hey, this is Troy D, proud ECU grad from the class of 94. And if you know me, you know I love the 90s here at ECU. It was some of our glory days, including bowl games, the Peach Bowl, and even a March Madness appearance. Relive those days with my friends from Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics is a cool retro store with all types of merchandise, including the 90s ECU vintage tees and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person, 304 Evans Street, or online at shoptailgateclassics.com. Tailgate Classics, bringing back the throwbacks.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Fruitopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware Building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, Offense Coordinator for ECU Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or visit QualityEquip.com to find the location near you. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock. Paging Clip Brock.
Hello.
Okay. Just making sure your mic works.
3-1 in Bowie's Creek. No score between the Pirates and the Camels as Carter Spivey gets out of a jam there. First and third, 2 out. What are you looking at, Igoe?
These pointless graphics showing, first of all, a batter going to the plate. They've got graphics. I don't know what they're trying to do. They've got batting average graphic up for ECU players that aren't batting.
Yeah.
First off, batting average is irrelevant after 3 freaking games.
Okay.
And so why are they showing graphics of guys who aren't hitting?
He's just in a sour mood, man.
It's because this broadcast is pissing me off. Get somebody who knows how to work a dang broadcast. Can't be that difficult.
I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand.
You're angrier than shake your hand, guy. You're not going to go Juwan Howard on me, are you?
I'm not.
When's the last time you were in a physical altercation?
No, that's a good question.
Thank you. I'm a great interviewer.
Probably sometime with my brother, like...
Oh! I thought of something, Steven.
What did you think of?
There's something I want to do. I want to do Pirate Radio trivia, brother versus brother, Scott versus Steven. Would you be into that?
Yeah.
I think I could. Now, Scott would be into it. It would just be hard to lock down a time and get him here.
Yeah, absolutely. You would have to probably go... You'd have to throw some MLB questions, some random MLB, because he's like a sneaky big San Francisco Giants fan.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would throw some sports. I would do like ECU, MLB. Maybe, was he into wrestling like you were during the early 2000s?
Yeah.
Maybe,
he was.
Maybe one of those, and then maybe some general knowledge stuff.
Jeff Gordon era NASCAR, he would do good at.
What is that, late 90s, early 2000s?
I think so.
All right. Before the Jimmy Johnson reign of terror, perhaps?
Mm-hmm.
All right, brother versus brother. I think that'd be fun. Have we ever had Scott on? We've talked about it. I feel like he might have been on something.
I think he came to trivia one time, and it was just...
I think back in the day, he might have been on a trivia.
Yeah, I think it was... like this...
Okay, yeah.
The locker room trivia.
Sports bar. Either one, whichever it was.
Locker room.
All right, any football news, Igoe? Not much going on, right?
It's pretty quiet. They started mat drills today, I saw on Twitter.
Violence!
And so the coaches are allowed to be on the field with the players, but they can't have a ball.
What'd you say, mat drills? What does that mean?
So basically they just do like movement drills, that sort of stuff, but they can't have a ball.
Okay.
I don't really know why they call it mat drills, I guess because they used to do it on mats, but now it's just like you go out in the field and do a bunch of drills.
No portal news in any of the sports since we've last talked, Igoe?
Brian Gagg in the portal.
That's right.
At some point. I don't know if that was after or before we spoke last, but we haven't talked about it.
On social media, was he showing his quarterback highlights? Is he trying to go play QB?
Yeah, he messaged the Hoist the Colors account, said he wanted to play quarterback. So we updated that. But I mean, he ended up obviously adding a bunch of weight to try and play tight end, to his credit, and just wasn't going to play a lot. He would have been a special teams guy, and then I think he was hurt most of last year, so he just fell down the depth chart, and so he wants to try and play quarterback at his next stop.
When he moved to tight end, we didn't really give him a fair shot to say, hey, he might be your starter. There were guys in front of him, but we really didn't know, right? But now we know that Ryan Jones, Shane Calhoun, there is a pecking order at that tight end position, and it's become an important position for the football team.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, you got Jones, you got Calhoun. Aaron Jarman's a quality third-string guy. He's a proven commodity. He goes out there and he blocks. You do have to replace...
Is he still here?
Yeah, he's got 2 more years of eligibility left.
2 more years?
Mm-hmm.
Good grief. All right. A-Mac.
Oh, my gosh, A-Mac. You got to get down the line.
He's safe.
No, he got called out.
What?
He was out.
Oh, all right. Should have been safe.
He should have been safe.
It's like me running down the line.
Especially on turf, man. I thought turf's supposed to make you faster.
It's not a fast turf. It's a slow turf. So Aaron Jarman, a.k.a. the proven commodity's back. So there's 3 right there.
And then you got a young freshman, Jacob Coleman, who I haven't heard a ton about. They got another walk-on, Joseph Sampson, who's been in the program a while. But they need to recruit that position because all of a sudden Jones is going to be gone next year, and then after him, there's kind of a drop-off. You got Calhoun, but then Jarman's only got a year or so left. So I think this is an important recruiting class for the tight end position as well.
All right. Any other ECU news and notes? We need to get Josh Moylan going. Igoe struggled against Bryant. How about North Carolina in their opening series? They are coming off a down year, right? Trying to bounce back in 2022.
I mean, they got a lot of talent. They always do. They're going to run out arms, quality arms. They can hit the baseball. And they were young last year. They did lose one of their better hitters, but they were young. They'll be better. They'll be hungry. as always, I'm excited to see the Pirate Nation that show up in Boshemer Stadium and kind of take it over. Every time I've been there to cover a game, it's at least 50-50 ECU fans. Of course, hopefully they have something to cheer about.
All right, we'll bounce around some other sports topics. Chandler, remember yesterday I told you it's beware of what account you're looking at on social media season when it comes to NFL news.
That.
So there was like a fake Washington's trading for Deshaun Watson tweet out there. Boy, that Darnold thing, or the Cousins thing yesterday with the Panthers had a lot of people responding to it. I still don't think there's anything to it. But
I think people are just looking for something to talk about.
Yeah.
So it was definitely something that happened in the past that had just leaked, that we were trying to reach out to find some kind of trade deal for Kirk Cousins. Thank God that didn't go through. So, anyway.
Steven, could you not hit the mic like that?
Yes, Steven.
Show a little class.
You want to walk out? Is that the class you want?
You are.
This guy,
what is wrong with you? So earlier today, I saw a Washington fan.
Commanders.
I don't know if they had an account, Commanders account, Commanders. And it said, check this out. Russell Wilson has taken down his profile picture of him in a Seahawks jersey and put up a picture of when he played high school football in Virginia. Is he coming home?
Ooh.
Is Russ going to cook in Virginia, a.k.a. Maryland, a.k.a. Washington, D.C., a.k.a. wherever the Commanders play? No, of course not. But this is the kind of stuff that makes fans go crazy. And I saw that today in someone.
It's that time of year in the off season where you're speculating. People are trying to figure out who you're going to draft, where people want to move around. What are you doing, dude?
He keeps beating on those mics.
It's what I do during baseball games. I hit, the chance,
Let's go Pirates. That's not a chance. I understand.
I mean, I just do it naturally.
All right, it's fine.
You're the one who invited me here during an East Carolina baseball game. I'm trying to work at the same time.
That doesn't just give you full reign to act like a turd.
Nice giggle over there.
According to that broadcast, Igoe, we're about to see a Campbell base hit.
Campbell, did you know, has one of the best players in college baseball.
Campbell, did you know? It's one of my favorite Christmas songs.
Campbell, did you know?
Who is that, Steven?
His last name is Neto or Nito, I believe. I'm not sure if that was him or not, but
they don't have names on their jerseys.
He batted .406 last year.
Dang, homie. That's a nice batting average. Aaron Rodgers says he has no plans on announcing his future, but he did go on an Instagram spree where he put up a lot of sentimental pictures and said he was giving his gratitude to his old teammates and things like that. I don't know.
I thought he said that he was going to make this not drama-filled and make a decision quickly yet.
He got tired of that, Steven.
There's been no clarity or anything. I'm just, honestly, I hope the Broncos don't even trade for Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kind of over the whole Aaron Rodgers thing.
He just came off a 12-day cleanse called Panchakarma, during which he spent time in a reflective state. So
that's nice.
Panchakarma.
That's cool. I'm glad that he does that, but why do we need to know that? Who is he telling that? Why are we reporting this?
Yeah, you're right. It's all just something for us NFL fans to look at, dissect, and wonder what it means for the upcoming season. I'm looking forward to. Oh, there's a draft tonight, by the way. And this is a great question from the guy on Hoist the Colors. I tried to look this up last week, Steven. The USFL draft is tonight. Apparently, there's a pool of 400-plus players that have signed contracts with the USFL and will be available to draft. The problem is I can't find a list of these players, so I don't know who they are. I'm wondering, though, Igoe, do you think we see a former Pirates name pop up here tonight?
Yeah. I
gotta get the players from somewhere.
I would think guys in the CFL would be at the top of that list. I saw Deshaun Amos leave a graphic up thanking the Calgary Stampeders, I think he was playing for, kind of for his time there, but it didn't really say where he was going. So
I thought he was going to Toronto, but maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe I'm just totally off. But you would think guys in that situation would try and sign up for the USFL unless the CFL is more stable. It's also a total gamble, too, because how many times now have we tried these spring leagues that just don't work?
Good point.
So I don't know. I'd be interested to see if there's, when Skip Holtz was on the Brian Bailey show, he talked about how there's guys who have declared for the NFL draft who probably won't get drafted, so they signed up for the USFL. So, I don't think Tyler Snead will be up for the USFL, but you would wonder if he'd be better off going that route.
Right. He probably wouldn't be a draft pick, but might end up there if he does get spurned by NFL organizations. I was wondering, too, this was before my time, but the original USFL, I think Herschel Walker was a big piece where they brought him to say, hey, we're legit. We're going to go against the NFL, and they paid him a ton of money. Will there be a guy like that? Like, I'd use the example Desmond Ritter. I know it's not going to happen, but will they try to make a splash? I think the answer to that is no, and it's going to be more like a minor leagues.
Right, because I haven't heard anything about them trying to pay a bunch of money to one player, or if it's just going to be equal share like the XFL was. So I don't know. This whole thing is just kind of strange because then you have the XFL coming next year, right?
With The Rock.
So and then you got The Rock cutting promos for the Super Bowl.
Which I did see a story today about some type of NFL, XFL agreement, a partnership. XFL to be a petri dish for football innovation, prospect development, and there's a part of a partnership agreement with the NFL. I don't know exactly what that entails, but maybe that explains why The Rock was at the Super Bowl. There was some ongoing talks about there being some type of partnership between the two.
I was still waiting for him to drop just one quick line about the XFL coming in 2020.
I know. He didn't do it. So, all right, Igoe, we'll let you go.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been a blast. I
feel like this was not one of our better shows.
Honestly, I'm distracted. I'm not good at multitasking. Trying to watch a game, trying to watch Carter Spivey carve up the Campbell Camels, and this production's so bad that it's bothering me. So I want to comment on that.
You just birthed a great headline, though. If ECU wins, Carter carves up Campbell Camels.
Yeah.
Carter carves up Camels.
It's kind of hard to write a headline on a guy who's only going to pitch 2 innings, though.
It's not hard. It's easy. You just type it out. Shirley, open up the booty bag.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, this wraps up a contentious segment. And Igoe's going after the umps. You thought he went around?
I want to shake his hand.
We will make somebody a winner right now. I hope Slater is more well-behaved than you are, because this is a joke. This is an absolute debacle. All right, Shirley, are we going to go with the...
It is Taco Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Shrimp taco lunch, courtesy of Chico's. Looking for caller number 8.
All right, caller 8, 317-1250. Shrimp taco.
Caller 8, shrimp tacos are yours.
How are you celebrating 2/22/22?
By going home and watching East Carolina baseball and the Carter Spiveys carve up the Camels.
All right, we'll take a timeout. You can be a winner. We're back with you after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest-free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Chico's Mexican restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Bring home comfort at huge savings during Bostic Sugg Furniture's President's Day Power Event. Now at Bostic Sugg, amp up your space that makes a powerful statement with hundreds of power sofas, sectionals, and recliners in stock. Experience the power of better sleep on a Serta Arctic mattress with 48 months special financing with no minimum purchase. And with any Arctic purchase, get 2 free pillows. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom with Team Coop Strong. We want to invite you to the Coop Strong race on March 19th. This unique race has a 4-mile course, a ruck division, and an awesome after party. Proceeds support the local nonprofit Coop Strong, which provides financial support for those fighting ALS, scholarships in memory of Dr. Nelson Cooper, and funding for ALS research. You can sign up at runtheeast.com and follow Coop Strong on Facebook for all of the details. As always, we appreciate your support, and go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
This is Coach Blake Harrell, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
Listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Bobby Swords of Winterville. Picked up our Taco Tuesday shrimp taco lunch, courtesy of Chico's. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's. Enjoy your favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Plus, ice cold cervezas and Chico's famous margaritas are always available. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is Clip Rock.
All right, thank you, Shirley. Sneaky good head of hair on Content Junkie Schaefer in there. I see it. I recognize it. Looking good. All right, welcome back into the program here on a Tuesday. And I tell you what, we'll just ride out the show with the makeshift version of a watch-along with Chandler and I. Campbell and East Carolina scoreless in the top of the third. Ryder Giles at the dish for East Carolina with nobody out. And that's where we sit right now. What's up with you, Chan, man? How you doing?
Good, Clip. Good to see you, man.
Thank you.
You know what? I want to shake your hand. I want to shake your hand.
That's fine.
I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand.
That last part kills me.
Yeah.
That kills me. Let's see if Giles can get something started here in the top of the third. Good defensive play by Giles in that last inning with a guy on second base. Catching a line drive.
Caught a line drive.
Zach Agnos getting it done to end the bottom of the second. Man, I don't know how you do play-by-play for baseball. There's a lot of pausing.
Well, you got to talk to Coach O.
In clip.
I tell you what, my favorite thing about Ryder Giles, he's a pirate.
He's a pirate. That's the best thing.
He's a pirate. So we got Pirate Hoops coming up on Wednesday night. I'll be there in Minges Coliseum. Will you?
I'll be there. Now, what game are you doing the PA for?
Saturday.
So, okay.
ECU Tulsa.
So me and your dad,
Luigi Dubbo.
I'll be out of town Saturday. Never mind.
Oh man, I don't like the sound of that.
I'll be out of town.
Don't like the sound of that at all.
But I will be in Minges in Section 213 tomorrow night, and then I'll be heading to sports trivia over at AJ McMurphy's.
We'll have a late night edition. We'll do rapid fire edition starting at around 9:15. So come on out and have a good time after East Carolina takes on USF in Minges Coliseum. Guest coming up Wednesday, we will talk to Scooter, Scott Rogers, the play-by-play voice of ECU baseball. We'll recap this game and get you ready for a big series against North Carolina. Also coming up, Amanda Moore, the head women's lacrosse coach at ECU, off to a 3-0 start. We'll visit with Bryce Williams. Also, the voice, Jeff Charles, will join us for a basketball preview. On Thursday, we will talk to a guy who was at ECU for years and years and years and went over to Chapel Hill to become a Tar Heel. Jody Jones. Will join us on the show. He is SID for years for ECU Hoops, now handling North Carolina baseball. So we'll talk about his move, and he'll give us a scouting report on the Tar Heel baseball team that we'll see Saturday and Sunday. Two of those, the first two in Chapel Hill, the last one on Sunday in Greenville.
Jody Jones, also a former regular at Sports Trivia at AJ McMurphy's.
Very knowledgeable guy, very baseball heavy guy.
Cardinals fan, St. Louis Cardinals.
Knows his baseball. That is faux show.
We talked to a future Cardinal today.
That we did, and Evan Krasinski. Pirates getting mowed down here in the third inning. Couple of strikeouts to begin the inning, and now there are two down.
Campbell already on their second arm today.
Will Carter Spivey return for the bottom of the third, Chandler?
I would think so.
I'm going to say no.
But I would say that if he does come in at the bottom of the third, that will be the last time we see Carter Spivey.
Okay, that is
I think we'll see him in the bottom of the third.
All right, I say we don't.
And I say we do.
Okay, we've got that documented. All right, we've got a ground out the second.
That's how you play defense right there.
The top of the third inning. So, no score.
Will we see Carter Spivey?
I say no.
I say yes.
Okay, we know that. We've got that out of the way to this point. We'll find out when we return from this television break on ESPN Plus, which has been a not-so-great presentation to this point. Especially if you're not listening to it, if you're just watching it. Because some of these camera angles and views, don't the WWE get a lot of crap for all their jump cuts and things they do?
Yeah, lots
cutting
of camera
cuts. Yeah, they're having trouble with their camera cuts in this baseball game.
The thing I have with like live events that do that, aren't you taught not to do all those camera cuts? Like, I don't know, but I feel like you're just not taught to do so many camera cuts because you can't focus on something.
Yeah, it would seem that if you want to have an easy flowing broadcast on the television, you would kind of stick with one instead of going with 8 that don't work. Right. So I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. All right, we are struggling to the finish line on today's Pirate Radio Live. I'm going to blame myself as the host. I'll also blame Stephen Igoe for his weird mood he was in during hour 3.
Very weird.
I felt like our first 2 hours were really good with Kruz and
Courtney Layton and Coach McNeill and Nadu. I feel like those hours went great. This last hour, you get a guy on like Stephen Igoe,
a bit of a head case, kind of a me guy.
This is like a post-game interview vibe. Hey, Clip, Wednesday on PRL, how can we fix the third hour?
Well, we're going to bring in Bryce Williams, and I'm going to assume Bryce is going to have a good attitude as he always does. If he doesn't, I can't put the whole show on him. I have to do my part to bring the energy, bring the funk, bring the noise, and make it a strong hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for your time.
Me and Anna actually we stayed in this weekend and did nothing. So you got to carry the whole hour tomorrow by yourself. I ain't got nothing to talk about in the Pirate Radio outdoors.
Dang. If that's the case, then we'll just dive into what he and Anna actually did indoors. What did they eat?
Let's not dive into
what did they watch?
That's privacy invasion.
All right, Chandler, you're doing a hell of a job, I gotta say. Let's take our final time out. We'll come back, wrap up this Tuesday edition as we limp to the finish line on Pirate Radio Live. We're back after this.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance or life without having to give up the college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer here in Greenville today at 493-0002 and put the life back in life insurance.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it New York style. So you can fold it or not. Hang on, I know, I fold it. Get a New York style pizza from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the new Papa John's New York Style Pizza is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fossil from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. If you suffer from allergies, asthma, or any other sinus problems, professional cleaning of your air ducts can help. Carolina Quality Air uses a sanitizer that kills mold in your ductwork and over 100 other viruses, including the coronavirus. And if you get your house ductwork cleaned now, you'll receive a free dryer vent cleaning valued at $150. Carolina Quality Air, family owned and operated right here in Winterville, and the first certified duct cleaning company in Eastern North Carolina. Visit them online today at carolinaqualityair.com. Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are two things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
Hey, Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
This is Carson Wistenhunt, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was a rough day on the stock market today. The Dow fell 482 points and closed at 33,596. The NASDAQ is down 166 at 13,381. S&P also fell 44 points, closed out the day at 4,304. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into the show. Here is Clip Rock.
All right, welcome back, Shirley Rhodes. We've also got CJ, a.k.a. Content Junkie Schaefer, and Chandler Honeycutt here. We had a Chandler tells me I need to stay in my lane moment during the break because Campbell has first and third, nobody out, and
Yowzer.
Josh Gross is pitching, and I said, this is gross, and I said, I'm not joshing around. And Chandler said, you know what it's time for you to do? Get back in your lane and stay there.
And stay in it.
And I need somebody.
And stay put.
I need somebody like that to remind me when I get out of my lane to get back there. And I appreciate you being that guy.
Like I'm a cop that stays behind you in that lane the whole time.
What's that song? This is how you remind me, or whatever the name.
Nickelback?
Yeah, Nickelback.
Yeah, but what is that? What's the reference?
Yeah, we need to know a reference.
This is how you remind me. He was reminding you to stay in your lane.
All right, I'll allow it. You know what, Shirley? I think you might want to stay in your lane.
Start it now.
Shirley, what am I doing right now? Grasping at straws.
Screw y'all.
Look, we're on a 4-lane highway. Everybody's in their own lane.
I come back from a 3-day fantastic vacation. You guys are trying to,
this is how we
give me the
welcome you
business.
back. Yeah, we eased you in for 2 hours and 58 minutes, and then knock you down.
Oh, the show's over.
You stop babysitting the boys. We're back.
All right, we'll see you fine people Wednesday, 3 o'clock. Pirates trying to get out of a jam here against Campbell. We'll have a full recap for you coming up on Wednesday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Also a hoops preview for you as well. So a lot of ECU athletics to talk about coming up on Wednesday's show. For Shirley Rhodes, CJ Schaefer, and Chandler Honeycutt, I'm Clip Rock. We'll talk to you Wednesday at 3. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the